Well, a little bit of sunshine and a little bit of cloud. Hello and welcome to round 9 of the 2018 NEFL season, or the Sir Doug Nicholls round in the AFL competition. My name is John O'Farr. Welcome to the wonderful surroundings of the Sydney Cricket Ground on a very cold but overcast yet fine afternoon here in Sydney. My name is John O'Farr. I'll be your lead commentator for this afternoon's game, and joining me in the commentary box, my first time calling with this lovely lady, Jess Webster. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the SCG. Welcome to round 9 of the NEFL.
Hello, Jono. I'm so looking forward to this contest. Always one of the best matches of the year in the NEFL competition. Friday night under lights at the SCG. You can't get any better setup for this game. Sydney Uni undefeated on top of the ladder, taking on their arch rival Sydney in 4th position. And even though the students are undefeated, Jono, I really think that this is a massive challenge for them, and we'll really find out whether or not they are premiership contenders if they can get over this roadblock that is the mighty Sydney Swans. Have not beaten them since round 12 2015 and have lost their last 4 games against Sydney by an average of 42 points. That's some drought, so they really need a big performance today, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, it should be a good game. The students, they've won 7, they've had 1 bye, and the Swans, haven't they been some sensational form the last couple of weeks, winning the last 3. They are 3 and 4 going into this contest. So the umpire is almost ready to start. Bounce of the ball moments away. This is round 9 of the NEFL competition. John O'Farr and Jess Webster in commentary this afternoon. Away we go at the SCG. Pushed away. Tagliabue just tapped it through. Nice work from the students. They just try and battle for the ball. Young tried to socket it off the carpet. Goes down towards centre wing. Young trying to battle for the football. Nice work from Bonnie, and it's kicked away from Robinson. Down towards centre half forward. Students battling for the football. Tapped away, and the Swans will just get the football, but it's gone out of bounds just outside the arc. So a boundary throw in, but both sides really battling for the football. It's great to see in these early stages of the contest.
So we'll have a boundary throw in about 60 metres around from goal. It'll be Tagliabue and Cameron in the ruck. It's a short throw in. Will it be recalled? Play on, says the umpire. Young mops up for the students. Handball over to Bonnie. He goes over the top to Dimmery. Chased hard by the Sydney defence, and it affected the kick, and it will be Reinhard to rebound for the Swans.
So the Swans looking for options. Goes long, Reinhardt. Down towards Armity, who just tried to get the football but couldn't quite get the contest. Nice work from McCartan for the Swans, but it'll go to ground. And we'll have a ball up just in front of our broadcast position. Of course, the Swans and Carlton, they take the field here at the SCG following this one. Nice work from Sirakowski through the midfield. Down towards centre half forward. Nice take from the ball. Played away well. Lucy tried to get the football. Goes away nicely. The students battle away. Goes over towards Reinhardt, but the Swans battle hard. Get the football and clear it through Alir.
So Sydney under pressure in defence. It's intercepted by Reinhard for Sydney University. Snap around the corner, and that's the first goal of the game. Sydney University, 1 straight, lead the Swans, yet to score. We've played a minute and a half in the first.
Yeah, really strong numbers from the students inside the 50 there. Swans panicked a little bit when they got the football. Alir tried his best to clear it, but the numbers just too strong for the students, and they get the first major of the afternoon. So, geez, we said earlier in the broadcast that this will be a challenge, but at the moment, they look really comfortable, the students, Jess.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think getting a good start is crucial just for their mindset as well. We know they're a talented side, but they just haven't been able to get past Sydney Swans in recent times. So that'll definitely lift their confidence early in this first quarter. Go
back to the middle. Pushed away by Tagliabue just over the top. The Swans try and move it nicely through Towers. Now it goes away there to Flanagan. Flanagan pushes it over on centre wing. Hiscox is trying to get the footy and does provide a nice block as Young now moves through the midfield. This is where the students are dangerous. Hiscox tries to get the footy, picked up on the bounce by the Swans, comes across to the line. Now they battle it through the midfield. McCartan with a little chip over the top, comes away beautifully to Flanagan. Flanagan will go long down towards forward 50. The numbers are strong. They need a fortuitous bounce. Comes away, McCartan goes over the top. The Swans try to battle for the footy, but the students are strong at the back. It'll go through. So now the students will just try and clear it.
It'll be Xavier Richards taking the kick in for Sydney University. Finds Bonnie in the pocket. Had Fong leading for him up the wing. Chose to ignore. And then is going in that direction again. So Fong, one-on-one contest. over the back of Leah, couldn't mark. Fong at ground level, and he's wrapped up by Rogers. And we'll have a boundary throw in, almost in the true centre wing position, commentary side.
Players jostling for positions. Plenty of communication, as you can hear on the broadcast. You're seeing the pictures courtesy of our broadcast partner, Bar TV. Now for the contest, Tagliabue tries to get the ball away. Young tried to get it clear. Nice work from the students, but it's a hustle for the ball and it goes to ground and a ball up will take place right in front of the ladies' stand. Looking for options. Tagliabue tapped it away. Trying to get it away there. Came over the top was Bird. He tried to get the clearance and again another ball up.
So 4 minutes played in the first. Students lead by 6. Cameron tried to get the ruck tap away. Tagliabue at ground level. Now it's with Bird. Quick kick on the left towards the centre square. Leah comes through with a punch from behind, but straight down the throat of Bird. Another scrubby kick towards half forward. Reinhard turns around, chip into the pocket. Davies is there. Bonnie, and now it comes back to Davies. He's under pressure though, and this will be a Reardon for the Swans can mop up.
Move it along centre wing, and Rose has got some space. Keeps going along the boundary line, kicks it downfield, down to the 55 in Stewart. Had a great game last week in their win over the Lions. And now the Swans, they take it through the midfield. Smack it down towards forward 50. Armity jumped high and took a confident mark. And now we might have a nice little opportunity here for first major points for the Swans.
And that's what's going to be Sydney's strength today is their run and carry, and in particular Rose with his leg speed. He can really tear this game apart, as we've seen on numerous occasions in the NEAFL. And a chance now for Amati, who kicked a couple of goals last week against Brisbane.
So Amati has this chance. Just a nonchalant kick down towards the goal square. Nicely tapped away. And it goes through for a minor score. So the Swans just panicking a little bit there in the forward 50 position. And now the margin goes to 4 points.
So Goulden for Sydney University polled 10 NEAFL MVP votes last week against Thunder. Kicked to himself and then goes long to half back. At the front was Davies, couldn't take the mark. And plenty of players around this contest. The umpire will call for a ball up, 60 metres out from the Swans' goal. Interesting from Amati there in that last play. Didn't choose to have the set shot. I reckon he had the distance, but just wanted to pop it up to the hot spot.
Yeah, normally shows a little bit more confidence as Bird gives the ball away. Dimmery goes to ground. Now the students battling for possession of the footy. Young's trying to get in there as well. Nice coverage there by the 22 in Tagliabue. And we'll have a ball up just on the paint of the arc. Cameron taps it away nicely. The students work it through Bird along to Young. Now they go along the boundary line, but it's taken beautifully by the Swans. They go inside forward 50. Strong mark there to the 54 in Schumack. He kicks down towards the hot spot. Tapped away by the Swans. Richards tries to clear it. Thompson now with the footy. Goes along the boundary line, but it's great work from Robinson in coverage. And the boundary throw-in will take place adjacent to the posts in front of the MA Noble stand.
7 minutes into the first term. Uni lead this one straight goal 6-2 behinds to the Swans as the umpire tosses the ball back in play. Amati against Tagliabue this time. Ball ricochets through a few players. Out the back is Stern. Just quick kick out of congestion. And that is straight as an arrow. The Swans are on the board.
Yeah, strong stuff from Josh Stern. Didn't panic when he got the Sharon in the hand. Threaded the needle and put it through for the first major for the Swans. So they now lead by just 2 points. This is a solid first quarter. A couple of changes for the students. Day comes on, so too Lucy and Stevenson in 21. Damien Bonney will just have a bit of a spell. He's been strong for the students the last couple of weeks. Had a great game against the Thunder last week. Normally kicks a few goals in the latter period of the game, but really showed some strength and maturity in the midfield for the students last week. So it shows you the depth within this side. And we go back to the centre for the bounce.
So Cameron and Austin Lucy in the ruck, pinch hitting for the students. Fong at the back is wrapped up immediately, gets the handball out, but in the hands of Fox now. Turnover for the Swans. He takes a bounce, runs outside the square, kicks long inside forward 50. Got too much on the kick, and it'll be a free kick going Sydney University's way for a hold. and it'll be Nathan Cooper, the recipient.
Yeah, he's been strong at the back for the Students in 2018. Showing a lot of toughness this year, hence why they're undefeated so far. 7 wins in the bye as they kick down towards centre wing. Just away from Tristan Davies, comes towards Fox, good hands through the middle. Now to Rose. Rose, smart little tap over the top, and Schumack will take an uncontested mark just inside the 50.
So had a lot of room there, did Schumack for the Swans. Poor checking, you think, from the Students. Just got caught on the rebound, I think, a little bit there. And smart kick from Rose to spot up a free man inside 50.
So this will really be a confidence booster for the Swans if Jeremy Schumack can kick this one from about 40 out on its way. And it just goes wide of the posts, across the face of goal, and another minor score. But the lead remains in favour of the Swans, and they lead it by 3.
Kicking by the Students. Marked by Stevenson, back into the side for the first time today. Kick didn't find its target, but Bird was there at ground level, around the corner, up in the Reinhard direction. Fist comes from behind. Ball to be on at ground level. This is Goulden, just evades one. Handballs back to Bartholomew, slips over. Handballs inboard to Stevenson. Little scrubber kick out to the outer side wing. Lucy turns around, goes inside forward 50. A few players fall over, and it's Aaliyah who kept his feet and took the defensive mark for the Swans.
Yeah, Sam Fong might have slipped on the dewy surface here at the SCG as Aaliyah goes infield. Just to the arc, and now the Swans have a choice. They'll decide to kick it through the middle. A nonchalant kick again. Comes away to Styles. Now Styles, will he go through the midfield where there's a couple of numbers? He'll go over towards centre wing. Drifting over towards Barkley, but it's a nice mark there. And the Swans now, they have another option. They go through the midfield. Goes away. The umpire will step in. Towers has the footy in his hands.
It's a 50-metre penalty against the Students. Didn't quite pick up what it was for. But nonetheless, here's another scoring opportunity for the Swans.
So Sydney now really starting to show a bit of dominance in the early period of this game. It's been a 3-year drought for the Students to beat the Swans. Probably got their best chance this afternoon based on their record in 2018. But let's see if the Swans can continue their dominance as they move in for this chance. Kick is on its way. Good looking kick. And it's there. So the Swans strike with a goal.
And it's young Bailey Stewart who kicked that one. He's in good form of late. Obviously earned the Rising Star nomination last week for his, I think he had 22 disposals, 5 tackles and 2 goals off memory. And there's another one to add to his name. He's having a great year for the Swans, obviously part of their academy and really starting to find his form at senior level.
Yeah, 16-point win to the Swans last week against the Lions at the Gabba. So we go back to the middle for the reset.
So nearly 12 minutes played in this opening term, and the Swans now lead this one by 6 points as Sirakowski wins the clearance for Sydney University. Wilson overruns it. Aaliyah versus Fong. Fong wins this battle. Evades one. Turns around on the right. Up towards the goals, but it's a scrubby old kick and just misses to the left-hand side for a minor score. Swans 2-3-15. Lead Uni 1-1-7.
So they'll now try and clear it from their goal square. Kick it along centre wing. Chance tapped away nicely there by Sirakowski. Goes over the boundary line. Cleverly guarded there by the Swans. Great work from the 32 in Rogers. So the boundary throw in just outside the arc on that right pocket. Coming in for the contest. High was Tagliabue. Punched it away. Rose tries to get the footy. Sirakowski in there as well. Nice work from Fong. Comes back towards Bonnie. Hand pass over the top. Tommy Young has a strike. And just goes wide of the posts.
He does great work there. Fong's tackling pressure just to cause that turnover there was very good. And unfortunately, Young couldn't finish off on that occasion as the Swans bring the ball back in. It's O'Riordan in the right back pocket for the Swans. Sends it outside, defensive 50. Too much on the kick, and Hebron takes the mark. Quick to play on, spear and kick inside 50, but it's marked by Reinhard, and the Swans will have another chance to rebound.
They push it towards the midfield, now along centre wing. Sirakowski tried to tap high. In the afternoon sun, Hebron does particularly well, just close to the boundary line. Ball eventually goes out of bounds. So good coverage there from the Swans to try and protect the footy. just in front of the O'Reilly stand. The sun is just starting to set here in the Sydney afternoon. Moving around for positions, trying to get the Sharon. Tagliabue, nicely tapped away, comes towards Bird, who goes to ground, goes to Goulden. Goulden now, just quick little tap over the top, and the ball will go out of bounds over near the Victor Trumper stand. So another boundary throw-in.
So Swans lead this one by 7 points. We played nearly 14 minutes in the first term. Bit of an arm wrestle at the moment here at the SCG. Round 9 NEFL action live on NEFL TV. Thanks to Bar TV as the boundary throw-in comes in. Young handballs to Bird. Another kick up towards half forward is marked by the Swans defence. So Sydney Uni just wasting a couple of opportunities as the Swans go long towards the wing. Huge pack forms. And they get a quick kick out of congestion up to the running Schumack. He's got 2 to beat. As Baron Hay taps it to Cooper. Cooper handballs back to Baron Hay. They're keeping the ball alive. This is Day under pressure. Handballs to Baron Hay. He's under pressure as well and pushed over the boundary line by Wicks. We'll have a boundary throw-in out of side.
Yeah, real uncharacteristic play at the moment from the students. The Swans are really making them pay for this and play for the contest. They're applying pressure inside forward 50, so students just having to change their game plan on the run, it seems. Tagliabue and Cameron going for it, but it's Cameron that wins the contest. Tupped up away, and it's smacked down towards centre half forward. Just out of the reach of all players. They go for it. Davies does well, gets the footy, but it comes to Aliir for the Swans. Now it goes to Flanagan off the deck. Comes back towards Wilson. Wilson battling through some traffic. Ball goes away, and the Swans just clear it. Down towards Young. Umpires come in. Jess, what was that call for? Free kick, it looks, to the Swans.
Missed that one again, unfortunately, but it's a free kick going to the Swans, and it'll be Reinhard, the recipient. It's obviously a free kick behind plate as Reinhardt's called to play on. Kicks outside defensive 50 up to the wing position. Cameron versus Tagliabue. Cameron had front spot but couldn't take the mark. And Bird's wrapped up there. I know it's Tagliabue at ground level, and we'll have a ball up. Wing position out of side.
So 15.5 gone in this first term. The margin now 7 points in favour of the Swans. And again, just a hustle for the ball. Sees it go over the boundary line. So another boundary throw in. As Alec, instead of Robinson rather, comes onto the field for the Swans. So players just trying to find their position. Robbie Fox trying to throw. Again, it's Cameron and Tagliabue for the contest. Comes towards Young. Back the students come along the boundary line. Now Young has possession, has Sierakowski in front of him. He'll step off the left, now off the right. Smart little kick inside forward 50. It's got too much toe on it, and it'll go out of bounds adjacent to the posts.
Just skill efficiency, I think, is letting the students down at the moment. They're getting enough of the ball, and then likewise, even with Sydney Swans missing a couple of shots on goal, it's just a lot of errors have creeped into this game early as the two sides settle into battle. And we'll have a boundary throw in inside forward 50 for the students. Cameron against Tagliabue. Cameron won that, but Tagliabue wins the ball at ground level. Kick towards the hot spot marked by Aliir. And the Swans can send it outside the danger zone.
So looking for options, Aliir. He'll go straight down the middle of the paddock. The numbers are strong, and McCartan now has it, and he's on the run. Good smack down towards forward 50. Armity tried to get the football, now pushes one away and picks it up. Nice little fortuitous bounce. Ball over the top to Wicks, couldn't find him. Stevenson gets it. Just under some pressure, the students. And a bit of push and shove. Bit of frustration coming in early in this. As you can see on the Bar TV pictures. A little bit of frustration between the both sides. Tagliabue tapped away by Armity, pushes it to Tagliabue, comes back, and now the students just try and get the footy clear. Dimery was the man in the contest, and again, another ball up just inside the 50.
It's very congested so far. 18 minutes played in the first. Swans lead this one by 7 is Amati. Give that one to him in the ruck contest, but no player can win it at ground level. And we will have another ball up just inside forward 50 for the Swans. So Marty and Tagliabue go at it again. Stevenson couldn't pick it up on the first attempt. Goes in the Sierakowski direction, but he couldn't do anything with it either. And yet another ball up, about 40 metres out from Sydney's goal.
Yeah, it shows you the tightness of this contest early doors. So They're just trying to get the football in place. So Stewart now will just hand it back to the umpire. Just inside the arc. Amati just tries to tap it away. Comes back across to Wicks. Wicks under some pressure now. The students push through. Comes back to Wilson. Wilson tap over the top towards Hiscox. Glebe Greyhound's got a bit of space, but needed the hands there. Comes away for the Swans. Flanagan just off the deck. Comes away there to Stewart. Stewart just battles through. Smart, mature kick towards Fox. Eventually finds him over the head of Lucy. They bring it through the midfield now. Tap away from Hebron was Smart. Beautiful stuff from Young, and now they swing it through the midfield. Down towards forward 50. Uncontested mark coming up. Couldn't be taken there. Swans play it off the deck. Give it away now. Nice work over the top there from the 32 there in Rogers. Kicks it over towards centre wing. Battle for the ball. Nice little contest going on. Comes away for the students. Alir uses his height well. Clears it over the head of Young. Comes away for the students. Now they've got some numbers, but the Swans have grouped up. Comes away. Dimmery tries to get it clear. Wilson in there trying to play a role. And again, a ball up just outside the arc in the midfield.
Jesus, tight out there. Very contested footy at the moment between these two sides. Sydney Uni undefeated on top of the ladder, and the Swans have gone from last to fourth in the space of 3 weeks. So we're definitely seeing a great contest at the moment as the umpire restarts play. Stevenson's in there against Wicks, but Wicks manages to hold him up, and we will have a ball up inside the centre square.
So the margin still at 7 points. 20 minutes gone in this first term. We hope you're enjoying this round 9 contest live from the SCG on Midfield TV. Robinson tries to go in for the Swans. Comes away. Dimmery just tries to get it clear. There's calls for holding of the ball, and the umpires decided to come in. Tagliabue was late on the scene there, but played a good part. Ball up, pushed away by the students. Dimmery trying to get it clear. Needs some numbers. Barkley did well as well. Comes through the middle. Comes back for the students. They just try and play their role. They eventually go to ground. Another ball up to take place just inside the arc, or pretty much on the paint of the arc.
So Stewart for the Swans, leading their possessions with 6, including a goal, is having a great start to this game as the umpire restarts play at the top of the 50-metre arc. Again, we'll see a secondary ball up. And for the students, it's Tom Young leading the way with 8 disposals, Craig Bird with 7. So the key midfielders are getting their hands on it. So you see Young again trying to influence the play. Umpire's called for a free kick for holding. What way is it going to go? The students' way to Tom Young. Now here's an opportunity for Sydney University to regain the lead as we enter time on here at the SCG. And it'll be the 2015 NEFL MVP winner, Tom Young, as he approaches forward 50 on the right boot. The umpire doesn't move a lot, and that is a beautiful goal from Tom Young. The Sydney University regain the lead.
So great stuff from Tommy Young. Really puts this contest on a knife edge. Went back and forth. The Swans looked dominant early there, didn't they? But the students have regrouped well and just through a bit of hustle. Kick a superb goal, and Tommy Young will be pleased as Sam Fong comes onto the field, as well as Craig Bird.
So he's up to 9 disposals, Tom Young, 3 clearances and a goal in the first quarter. We know how important he is to the student side, and that was a really timely kick as Uni caught within a point. Swans 2-3-15, still lead this one 2-2-14, and we've played 22 minutes in the first.
So back to the middle we go. Good work from the Swans. Fong was great over the top there for the students. Again, the ball just goes to ground, and a ball up will take place just left of the centre bounce. So the Swans and Carlton, they'll take the field a bit later today. This is, of course, the warm-up game. Comes away, nicely played away by Towers. Swans just trying to battle for the football. Goulden coming over the top. Was good there on Robbie Fox. And again, we get a ball up. Very cold afternoon here at the SCG. The wind just blowing left to right of your screen. A little bit tough for some of the Queenslanders in the audience. And the Swans just battling, but aren't the numbers you can see they're strong for the students. That's a free kick for the Swans.
So 23 minutes played now in the first as the umpire restarts play inside the centre square from a ball up. Just quick kick out of the air from Stewart. Goes inside forward 50. Pack forms. No mark. Who can win at a ground level? Baron Hay for the Students emerges with it. Handballs to Thompson. He comes down the commentary side wing to Wilson, or Dimmery. He is won the free kick for, I think, chopping the arms by Robinson. So Dimmery, short kick up to the wing, finds Bonnie. So just assessing his options. Unsure where to go, tries to dance around Wicks, ends up just having a hurry kick up towards half forward. 2-on-1 favouring the Swans. They should win out. Hiscox comes in to lays pressure and then wins the footy at ground level, but he's set upon by Styles. Forces a ball up around 70 metres out from the Students' goal.
So this is a great opportunity here for the Students to just try and get back the lead as Amati taps it away. Played good clearing kick from Dimmery. Nicely to Wilson, over the top from Bartholomew's. Styles came, but Reinhardt goes towards goal. Picked up beautifully by Hebron. Oh, had Tommy Young. There was a bit of a collision there. Off the carpet it comes. Numbers are strong. The Students, a little bit of confusion. Tap over there from Fong. Played away by the Swans. Bartholomew tries to get the footy away. Looks for clearances. Hiscox gives it away. Wicks tries to clear it for the Swans. Comes away. Rose in there too. He gets the footy clear, and again it goes to ground. Geez, the Students, they had numbers there, Jess, but probably their own worst enemy when it came inside forward 50.
Yeah, just a couple of missed handballs there, but a great defensive pressure by the Swans. We know they do that very well as we have a ball up inside forward 50 for the Students. Tom Young is set upon by two Swans defenders, and we'll have another ball up just inside the forward 50 arc, directly in front from the Students' goal.
So what can the Students do with this? Tapped away by Lucy, just over the top. The Swans' numbers are strong. Comes away. Again, they try and battle for the football. Dimmery trying to plead for something there. But it's come back for the Swans. Nicely played over the top. Goes to Fox. Fox, hand pass away, down centre wing. McCartan tried to do his best there, but a good cover tackle from the Students comes over. And the ball goes out of bounds just in front of the Victor Trumper stand.
Getting a bit of hesitation from the Swans there. Good defensive pressure by the Students to force another 50-50 contest. It's been heavily contested so far in this first quarter, but a great contest nonetheless. As the umpire tosses the ball back into play. Bird, another clearance for him, but he doesn't find a teammate. Swans can't mop up. And again, we just see a pack form. So many numbers around this footy. It emerges. Cooper, fresh air shot. And now the Swans through Rayner, the debutant. He can't quite get clear either. And we will have another ball up. True centre wing position out of side.
So, geez, what a contest we're seeing here this afternoon at the SCG. 26 played in this first term. Swans lead it narrowly. Pushed away by Robinson. Off the deck they come. Swans have got numbers, but, geez, look at the Students building. Goes along the boundary line. Thompson kicks down towards forward 50. Tries to go down the line. Davies did his best, but good coverage there from the Swans. Sees the ball go out of bounds in front of Yabbers Hill. And of course, we'll get a boundary throw in. So really great contest between players. Amati just lining up Lucy there. Comes away, tapped away by Amati. Comes back for the Students. Nicely played by Thompson. Towering bomb inside the hot spot down towards Young. Takes a beautiful mark. Really strong, really mature stuff from Tommy Young, and now has this chance to just get the lead for the Students. They trail by one at the moment with 27 played in this.
That was brilliant by Tom Young, just to hold off his opponent and take a one-handed grab. Talk about a contested mark. That was excellent.
Oh, the luck has certainly gone the way this year for Tommy Young, looking for his second major of the afternoon. Straight between the posts, the roar, the cheer that tells you the story of that goal. And the Students hit the front. They lead by 5 in the shadows of quarter time.
Again, just brilliant work from Tom Young. I feel like he almost keeps getting better. Still only 26 years of age, got so much football in him, and we feel like he's been around forever, and, you know, obviously performing very highly at NEFL level is so important. I think I was saying off air before, I feel like the recruitment of Craig Bird in the Students' midfield to be that clearance type player just frees up someone like Tom Young, who can kind of swing through the midfield but also go up forward and kick goals and be almost that utility type. He's such a match winner at the moment.
Yeah, it's certainly given them some maturity and experience in those key areas for the Students. So back to the middle we go. Tagliabue just tries to get the footy away. Fong was battling well through the middle. Comes to ground. Robinson goes to ground with the footy. They still battle for it. And Cameron goes to ground, pushes the footy, and the students through Fong, who's just grabbing his hip as he gets up, as you can see there on the pictures. And the ball up to take place just the right side of the centre wing.
So nearly 29 minutes played in this first quarter. It's been a fantastic contest so far as the umpire calls a ball up almost where we started in the centre circle. Uni 3-2-20 leading the Swans 2-3-15 at the SCG. The umpires found a free kick for high, going the students' way to Tagliabue. So here's another late chance for the students as Tagliabue goes long up towards half forward, but no one there. And taking the defensive mark is Flanagan for the Swans.
So now they have options. Bit of a push and shove there late in the picture. You may have seen that on the vision. Goes down towards centre wing. Comes away, Thompson. Nice coverage there. Tried to get it away from Stewart and did so well. Pushes it out of bounds over on that far side. The lights are on here at the SCG. On a little earlier than I'd expected, but it is a little bit darker. Very cold afternoon here at the SCG. There's Cameron and Tagliabue. Contest for the footy. Goes along. Robinson. Nice kick down towards forward 50. Away from Amati. Comes down towards Hebron. Hebron just controls the kick, but puts it over the top. Stays in the field of play. Nice mark there from Thompson. Now the students will look for some options. Terrific jumpers you'll see there on screen, the Indigenous jumpers. As Thompson goes long along centre wing. Comes down, but it's marked by the Swans. And now the options exist for the 53 in Kilpatrick.
So kick long inside forward 50 and Marty against Baron Hay. Baron Hay came from the back and then managed to take possession and wins himself a free kick. That was really well done because Amati had front spot and he still comes out with the football. Well done, Baron Hay. And he can rebound for the students. Goes wide to Stevenson. Marks just inside defensive 50 along the boundary. Kicks it long up towards the wing. And this is Davies in a one-on-one contest. Ground level is Dimmery. Handballs to Bonnie. Kick around the corner. Up towards half forward. No one's there. And it'll be Reinhard who gets there first for the Swans. Now Fox. Kick is smothered off the boot by Tagliabue. Wilson mops up for the students. Handballs in the Lucy direction. No free kick for high. Ball still to be won there. Another tough tackle to end quarter time here at the SCG, which sees Sydney University 3-2-20 leading the Sydney Swans 2-3-15. So we'll take a short break here on Midfield TV and come back with the second quarter shortly.
Hang on. Well, welcome back to a very cold and overcast SCG, but what a fantastic contest we've got going on here in round 9 of the 2018 NEFL season. It's the students just in front of the Swans by 5 points. John O'Farr and Jess Webster in commentary this afternoon. And Jess, what a first quarter it's been between the students and the Swans.
I think we got what we expected here today. Obviously, two very, very good sides and just heavy contested footy, and it's been a real treat for us here on NEFL TV. So Sydney University lead this one by 5 points. I think they probably had more of the ball in that first quarter. It's probably a true indication of where the sides sit at the moment. But, you know, Sydney, we know they've got plenty more to give here in this match. So let's see what they can bring to the second term.
Yeah, it's been a 3-year drought for the students to beat the Swans. Will today be their day, or will the Swans continue their one-upmanship on their crosstown rivals as we get underway for the second term? Tapped away from Tagliabue, and we'll have a reset of that one. Just not straight in the line. A couple of changes for the Swans and a couple of changes for the students. Great to see Louis Stevenson back out there for the students. Tapped away from Cameron. Swans try and play it towards Robinson. Off the carpet it comes. Away, and they go to ground. So it was Stevenson calling for something there, and the umpire will come in and we'll have a ball up just inside midfield.
So Tom Young leading possessions of anyone on the ground with 10, including 3 clearances and 2 goals in that first quarter. He was on fire as the umpire again calls for another ball up. Haven't moved in anyone's direction. We've just moved closer to the outer side boundary as the umpire resets play. It's still inside the centre square. Tom Young lays an important tackle, and we will have yet another ball up.
So really strong contest. The high number of ball ups in this game has really been a testament of how close these two sides are. Cameron pushing away a couple. Comes away for the Swans. They've got some numbers, the students. You can see them there. Nice tap over the top there, down towards centre half forward, towards Bonnie. Tried to get the footy away from his toes. Pivots, turns and goes towards Alir. He gives the bit of what for to Hiscox. And now the Swans, they'll kick it over towards the broadcast boundary line. Bounces nicely towards Fox, needs a good one. Comes away, but now Wilson battling through. The numbers come for the students. Tapped away from Fong, picked up beautifully from Demery off the carpet. Down towards the goal square, but Alir will have it and clear it for the Swans.
Important player for the Swans is Alir, just shoring up things in that last defensive line. Short kick finds Styles, sends it outside defensive 50. Tom Young works his way to front spot. Handballs now to Bonnie. He hasn't got anywhere to go. Handballs backwards to Barkley. Kick inside forward 50. Alir has front spot, can't take the mark. Who can win at the ground level? Alir mops up his own work. Handballs to a teammate. It's intercepted by Stevenson. Backwards to Fong. Now spearing kick laterally. Bonnie plays for the free kick, doesn't get it. Stewart emerges with the footy for the Swans. Kick up to a one-on-one contest. Again, Baron Hay wins against his opponent Schumack. Coming in there is Wicks, laying important pressure. Baron Hay again comes away with it. Handball over the top, runs out of room, and we will have a boundary thrown right on the true centre wing position. Commentary side, we'll get a good look at this one, Jono.
Yeah, it was great pressure, as you said there, Jess, from the Swans. Baron Hay struggled at times to get the footy clear, and they ran out of real estate, the students. So we go back for the contest, tapped away. Nicely played. Young tries to go in there. Sierakowski, Demery over the top. And a roly-poly effort sees the ball go to ground. The umpire will come in and ball up just in front of our broadcast position. Cameron, you heard the bump there from the players. Comes for the Swans. Nicely tapped away. Styles, but the smother is on from Sierakowski. Good work there from Barkley to try and get the footy, but can't get it clear. And the ball will go out of bounds as we'll have a boundary throw in, just the right side and just in front of the Swans bench.
3 minutes gone, second term. Uni up by 5 points. As the umpire tosses the ball back in play. Cameron against Tagliabue. Cameron just throws Tagliabue out of the way. The umpire's called holding. Free kick going to Tagliabue. Wing position. Handballs off to Sierakowski. Kicks long, skirts the boundary line, has too much on it, and that's out of bounds. On the full, taking the free kick for the Swans is Mitch Rogers.
So Rogers now looks for some options. Reinhardt tries to go for the smother but couldn't get it. Goes down towards Barkley. Amati tried to get the contest away to Bird. Couldn't get the ball in his hands and goes out of bounds. Terrific work from Schumack as they go over the boundary line. So the crowd just starting to pile into the SCG. Not high numbers at the moment, but let's hope they get a big one for the Swans and Blues a bit later today. Of course, this game between the Swans and Students, the curtain raiser here in Indigenous round, or Sir Doug Nichols round. Comes away, Tagliabue and Cameron battle for the ball, gets it off Bird. Under some pressure now, Bird. Has Young just floating around trying to get that reception. Comes across over the top. And again, a ball up just to take place on centre wing.
So again, we're seeing plenty of stoppages here today. No room to move for either side as Tagliabue wins that ruck tap. Down to Thompson, kick around the corner, no mark by Bonnie. O'Riordan with the spoil. Now it's Flanagan for the Swans, showing a bit of toe, kicks inside forward 50. No mark taken by the Students who had front spot. Quick kick out of a pack, rolls towards the goal line, and it goes out of bounds for a throw-in right on the point post.
So a real strong contest. So we're 5 minutes deep into this second term. Still the margin is 5 points to the Students. Looking for win number 8 of the season. And the 4th for the Swans. Comes away. Armady goes away. Swans have the numbers, but the Students are strong. Goulden over the top. Strong hustle from him. And again, the ball up will take place right in front of the goal square. So now the Swans, they have a great position here. Armady taps it over the top. Goes to Bird. Barkley did well as well at fullback. Comes to ground again. So the ball just not lasting too long when it's in that loose play, and seeing a lot of ball ups this afternoon.
Yeah, it's just been a terrific contest. Hard to get a breakaway for either side as we have a ball up right in the hot spot for the Swans. Quick kick out of a pack, marked. No mark by Bonnie. Tries to mop up his own work, and again we just see the numbers set upon this ball. We'll have another ball up about 35 metres out from goal.
So a really strong contest this afternoon. We hope you're enjoying it so far. Amati taps it away. Young did well under some pressure. Good clearing kick down towards the midfield. Aliir, good hands, good control. Comes away to Johnson. Johnson just taps it through. Back to Aliir, now using his size and strength through the midfield. Over towards centre half forward. Fox got the bump in the back from Bonnie. And the free kick has come the way of the Swans.
Important first touch there for Johnson out on the field for the Swans. We didn't see him in the first quarter. We believe he is on managed game time as we see a 50-metre penalty against the Students. And here is a sure goal for the Swans.
Yeah, Robbie Fox, he copped a heavy knock from Damien Bonnie, who was really getting in that contest. And Fox smacks it through the big sticks. So it lands in row X of the Clive Churchill stand. And now the margin is just 1 point to the Sydney Swans. They kick their third of the afternoon.
So the Swans back in front. Has been that kind of game so far here in round 9. Neefle action. Every time one club scores, the other one finds the response. It's hard to see who will break this game open. It could be an arm wrestle the entire game. Could absolutely go down to the wire, and I think we expect that between these two sides. Obviously, Students undefeated on top of the ladder in first position, and the Swans also up with the contenders in 4th. As we're back in the middle to restart play, it'll be Cameron and Lucy in the ruck, obviously playing that second ruck position. Easy win there by Cameron, but he's given away a free kick to Lucy. So Lucy can kick it inside forward 50 for the Students. Young is there, and ball spills down to Rogers for the Swans, and they can rebound, although under pressure again as we see another boundary throw in, right where the 50-metre arc intersects the boundary on the outer side.
So a great opportunity here for points for the Students to try and regain this lead. Tommy Young had a dominant first term. Can he back it up with maybe a third goal this afternoon? Comes away. Nice play by Cameron. Goes towards Sirakowski. Fox was good in coverage there for the Swans, and we'll have another ball up just on the paint of the arc. A little bit further infield. Tapped away. Nicely played by Towers. Comes away for the Swans, and now it goes back to the Students. Nice towering bomb there from Sydney. towards the Swans. It goes towards Flanagan. Picked up on the line. They move it along the back line. Goes across Flanagan. Moves it now towards Aliir. Bit of a juggling act. Needs to use his size here. Bit of a push in what for. Over the top it comes, and the Swans swing it along the boundary line. Beautiful work there in field. Now they tap it through the line. Comes across. Goes to the 48 there in Rayner. Rayner kicks it down towards forward 50, but a strong dominant mark taken by Hebron for the Students. Stops the progression. The Swans look really strong along centre wing. Goes towards Hiscox. Takes an uncontested mark. So now he has some options for the Students. Where will he go? Has Davies in front, but he'll go long. Along the boundary line, over the head of Dimmery, down towards Reinhardt, who tapped it away. Picked up off the carpet. The Swans move it along the boundary line. And it's a bad kick along there, and it goes out of bounds on the full. So the play will take place just in front of the Swans deck. Jack Hiscox just retrieves the ball, and a free kick for Sydney Uni.
10 minutes played in this second, and the Swans lead it by a point. So Hiscox with the footy. Just kicks long down the wing position. A pack forms. No mark, but Bonnie out the back. He's got a bit of room to move now. He just has a ping from outside 50. And it just bounces near side for a minor score. So score, we're all tied up here at the SCG. 3-3 apiece, and we played 10.5 minutes in the second.
Yeah, so again, the Students, just when they get some clearances like that, they just panic a little bit. Jacob Derricks did it a little bit last week in their 58-point win over the Thunder. And again, we've seen Damien Bonney do it here today. As now the Swans have it through Rose. Rose looking for some options, just at half back. Kicks along centre wing, down towards his man over there. Can't quite take the mark. Chance for the contestant now. Goes along centre wing. Opportunity for the Students to get them back in this with Cooper. Taps away nicely to Barron Hay. Along the boundary line they go. Past and along goes Day. Day goes bang inside forward 50. Tapped away nicely by Bonnie. The numbers are strong for the Students. Swings it back towards Hebron. Hebron off the right foot. Taps it down towards Young. Comes back away. Nicely played at by the Students. Now the Swans have it through Aliir. Aliir goes to ground. Young comes over the top, but the umpire comes in. And we'll have a ball up. Geez, what a contest here, Jess. This is terrific stuff between the Swans and the Students.
It's just pressure footy, isn't it? You know, it's not the most prettiest contest because there's just so much intensity and pressure around the ball. So, you know, have another ball up. Inside forward 50 for the Students. Wilson's in there, trying to make something happen as a small forward. Birds at the bottom of the pack, and we will have another ball up. About 30 metres out from the Students' goal, close to the boundary line. Umpire restarts play. Cameron wins the tap. Ball spills out to Johnson. Just tries to throw it on the boot. Not 15. Aliir mops up for the Swans. Defensive kick outside defensive 50. No mark there by Robertson against Cooper. Cooper wins out on that occasion, and then he shows some toe. Handballs to Davies. He's under pressure. Back to Cooper. Handball tries to find Derricks, but coming across with the defensive spoil is Reinhardt. Is that deliberate? The umpire says throw it in. Thank you. We're about 80 metres out from the Students' goal along the wing position.
Looking for positions out on the field. So now Dimmery, just a bit of push and shove. Bird is in there as well, but here comes the contest. Numbers are strong for the Students and the Swans. Comes back across. Bonnie did well. Battled away from Rose. Taps over the top. Down towards Aliir. Takes a strong uncontested mark on one leg. Swings the ball off the left. He landed on the right. Goes over towards Thompson. Thompson, but they've got chances. Thompson will swing it down towards centre half forward. Beautiful hands from the Students and Dimmery. A roll over there. Ball still in play. Swans trying to get the football. Can't quite get it, and the umpire says, lads, we'll have a ball up just in front of the old Paddington Hill corner.
So just one goal scored so far in this second term to the Sydney Swans after a 50-metre penalty. It's been tough to find opportunities at goals so far as Rose, or Stewart rather, emerges from the pack, but his kick is intercepted by Hiscox. He can send it back inside forward 50 for the Students. Reinhardt comes through with a spoil. Aliir couldn't gather it. Still a chance for the Swans. But Sydney Uni come in with the defence. Rose spills out to Maybaum. Handballs backwards to Aliir under pressure. Handballs out to Flanagan. And the Swans can send it up towards the wing. Good mark taken there by Rayner on debut for the Swans. Handball's inboard, dangerous handball though. But the Swans win themselves a free kick. Advantage paid. Towers kicks it inside forward 50. Ball is spoiled away by the Students. And again, we just see so many numbers around this ball. As players from both sides descend on the footy. Towers is wrapped up in a heavy tackle on the ball. Eventually spills over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Yeah, it was a great lifting tackle by Bird there on Towers. Caught him well and read the play superbly. So, as just said, we get a boundary throw-in. So 14 and a half played into this second term, and we're all locked up at 21 apiece. Amati comes away. Shumack just tries to get the footy away. Nice clearance down towards Stevenson. The Swans come through late, but too late, and the ball goes out of bounds. So we'll have a boundary throw-in just inside the arc in that right pocket. Hope you're enjoying the contest so far. John O'Farr and Jess Webster in commentary here at the SCG. Round 9 of the NEFL competition.
Umpire tosses the ball back in play. Cameron against Lucy in the ruck. Bird down there on his hands and knees. He's going absolutely nowhere. Wrapped up by Fox. Ball still alive, only momentarily, as the umpire comes in and calls for a throw-in. About 45 metres out from goal.
So the sound of this game is enormous. Players really barking orders all the time. Comes away. Great work from Sirakowski. Tries to get the footy clear for his team, but can't. And again, the umpire comes in. Huge amounts of back and forth in this contest. 21 apiece. Fox tries to come away for the Swans. Comes away for Fong. Fong battling for the ball nicely. Goes to ground. And again, another ball up. Bartholomew's tried to come in and get the ball clear. Darkened skies above the SCG. Lights in full effect. It's a great afternoon for footy. And now Dan Robinson has this free kick for the Swans to try and break the deadlock for the Bloods.
His short kick finds Rose just outside forward 50, crosses the 50-metre arc, and that is almost swung back for a terrific goal, but just registers a minor score as the Students are quick to bring it back in. Kick outside defensive 50. Day has to touch this before it goes out of bounds, just manages to get the kick away and just dribbles up along the boundary line, and they've made it to the true centre wing position out aside for a boundary throw-in.
Geez, we really thought that was coming around for Rose
had
there.
The swing, didn't it? Would have been a sensational goal.
It's probably about 5 metres short, I think, but certainly had the distance, but just sadly to the wrong way. So we go in front of the Bill O'Reilly stand for the boundary throw-in. 17 played in this second term. We're all locked up at 21 apiece. Cameron taps away. Students move it through the midfield, down towards the wing, along to Bonnie, who pushes it out. And again, another boundary throw-in. You'll see the Indigenous jumpers that both sides are wearing. A great touch here for this Sir Doug Nicholls round 9 of the NEFL competition.
Swans lead this one by a point. 17.5 minutes played in the second. Great contest so far. As the umpire retrieves the ball. Tosses it back in. Cameron and Tagliabue against the ruck. Tagliabue works himself to front spot. Down at ground level is Fong. Manages to get the handball away to Young. Fends off one. Hurry kick inside forward 50. Davies can't mark. Swans are there with numbers. And dangerous kick into the corridor. And still a chance here for the Students if they're good enough. Handball comes out to Hiscox. Outside defensive 50. Handball's inboard to Day. Goes in the Davies direction, but coming across with a timely fist is Maybaum, or Reinhard rather, for the Swans. And we will have a boundary throw-in on the left-hand side of the point post.
So look at the players just trying to find and jostle for positions here for this boundary throw-in. Really hard to see where the ball will land. Comes towards the Swans. Nicely to Fong. Fong off the right foot. Snaps in front of goal. That's broken the deadlock. Beautiful, beautiful football from the Students. They lead by 5. Came from nothing. The finish was everything.
Geez, almost the perfect play. Don't you love that? It's just boundary throw-in, ruck tap, down, snap, goal. It was just brilliant. And it's that kind of game that we're going to find goals from nowhere. It's not open, pastures where teams are running it up and down the ground. It's tough, contested footy, and that's where you're going to get your goals from. That was well executed there by the students. Fantastic finish by Fong. Hasn't he lifted this year to take a year off to go overseas travelling and come back in the side, playing to the standard that he is and being the standard skipper? I think just goes to show how valued he is at the students.
Oh, absolutely. Kicked a terrific one against the Thunder last week in Blacktown. Off his back, right foot snap. Was close to goal, but geez, it was superb, the finish. Went through about 6 Sydney Uni hands, but that was all Sam Fong on that occasion. As Tagliabue just taps it away. And now Robinson will give the ball away. So now the Swans have it through the midfield. And they'll go long down towards centre wing. Numbers are strong. Amati goes high, couldn't get the contest. Young goes after it. Comes away now, battling for the ball. Tagliabue tried to get in. Styles, smart little tap over the top, goes to Amati. Amati's really been strong in front of goal for the Swans this year, and now has another opportunity about 30 out.
Yeah, Barron Hay just lost him there in the contest. Amati worked himself to front spot and took a relatively easy mark in the end. He has to finish. He's got so much talent, Amati. But what lets him down sometimes is his goal kicking. Let's see what he can do, Jono.
Well, this for the lead for the Swans. Amati on the way. Straight between the posts. The Swans have the lead by 1. Well, he had 3 shots at the last chance here for the Swans at the SCG. Down the Paddington end of the ground, but the Randwick end has been kinder for him, and there's a bit of a brouhaha going on between the players here. Bit of push and shove. Barron Hayes not happy about something. Good grief, it's on for young and old here at the SCG.
Starting to dissipate now. Just a bit of argy-bargy, bit of feeling in this contest. We've had 1 goal, well, 2 goals to the Swans and 1 goal to the Students so far in the second term as we've just ticked in time on. Swans back leading this contest by a point. As the umpire restarts play. Dean Towers in the ruck. Interesting choice for the Swans. And Tom Young emerges with it from the centre clearance. Kicks inside, forward 50. No mark taken, spoiled away by the Swans. And they could get a quick kick outside defensive 50, but it's marked by Tagliabue inside the centre square. He's got a chance to settle things down. Kicks inside, forward 50. Goes over the head of most of his teammates, and O'Riordan gets their first position for the Swans, but he's wrapped up by massive players from both sides. And we will have a ball up 40 metres outside of the Swans' goal.
So now the umpire just trying to cool down things after that little stoush at the Randwick end of the ground. The Swans have it through Fox, now tapped away nicely. Comes away, Fox goes along the boundary line, along centre wing. Nice strong mark there from Cameron, used his height well. Swings the ball across field. Great work back inside. Now Cameron has another crack down towards forward 50. Rose tries to get the mark, tapped over the top, couldn't quite get it. Comes away for Stevenson. They go to ground, the Students. Rose has been really strong inside that forward 50 pocket for Sydney. Remember, he kicked a great goal here last year. And now we've got a ball up just inside the arc. Tapped away for the Swans. Comes back for Tagliabue, but can't quite get the kick. Fox smacks it over the top. Nicely marked there. And it's taken by the Swans, the 53. And Cooper Kilpatrick now has this one for the Swans.
Yeah, just a bit fortuitous there for the Swans. Just a quick kick around the corner. Whether he spotted him or not is irrelevant because he took the mark and a shot on goal.
Well, the Swans lead by 1. Can they lead by 7? On its way, but just wide. So the margin is 2 points. 4-5, 29 to 4-3, 27. The Swans by 2. And we are about 24 minutes gone in this second term.
Goulden brings it back in for the Students, straight down the corridor to Hiscox, and he takes off. Another long kick inside the centre square. Davies tries to run onto it. He's got a Lear for company. He can't gather it. Ball again still spills out. This is Reinhard. Little pop over the top, finds Lucy just inside forward 50, and this will be a shot on goal. No, he goes, kicks short to a leading Derricks. Can't take the mark. And Swans are first there at ground level, but Lucy comes in with a defensive tackle and we'll have a ball up about 40 metres out from the Students' goal. Yeah, should he have taken the chance there, Jono?
Yeah, I thought he should have gone there. Even if he thought he couldn't kick the distance, he had Derricks in front of him. But anyway, now the opportunity comes for the Students. Through the ball up, goes to Bird. Back along the line. Now the Students battle. Great work from Wicks on Thompson.
It's called holding the ball against Thompson. Just try to take him on. Kilpatrick earns himself a free kick. Handballs backwards. Short kick finds Wicks. Marks in front of Dimmery along this commentary side wing. Wicks, short kick inboard. No mark on the lead. At ground level is Styles. Just picks it up and then screws one around the corner up to half forward. Hebron v Rose, and Hebron has front spot, takes the defensive mark, plays on quickly, goes up towards half forward, but Thompson can't get there. And it'll be a Reardon. Takes a diving mark and can rebound for the Swans.
Yeah, so now an option here along the centre wing boundary line. Flying high is Cameron. Away they go through Bird. Now the Students have it. They move it through the midfield. Great mark there away for the Students to Derricks. Kicks across midfield over towards Barkley. Barkley has numbers now in front of him. Short little smart kick over the top to Young. Young works it beautifully through the corridor. Now pushes it down towards centre half forward, but Alier takes the mark over his head. Did particularly well there. And now the Swans just try and battle it from full back.
Alier is taking a few defensive marks now as he kicks inboard to Styles, who then kicks to the outer wing, finds Stewart. Then he goes up towards half forward. Cameron's found himself a bit of room, takes the mark just outside forward 50. Decides to go in the Amadi direction. One-on-one battle versus Cooper. Can't take the mark. Barkley first there for the Students. On his back, handballs into space. Quick hacked kick out of congestion. Towers, Robinson first there, who handballs to Towers. High kick towards the goal line, and that's bounced through. That is a goal. Poor defensive work by the Students on the last line of defence. Just let that one bounce through. And that is the Swans' 5th goal for the match.
Wow. Wow. There's no real other words to describe that. You'd think me being a commentator I'd come up with words, but that's the only one I can really accurately describe that. The picture told the story.
It's a coach killer, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Just terrific stuff from Towers, and you're right. The Swans, too much space and too much creativity, and a little bit of luck there for the Swans, but, geez, a strong finish for them, and that builds on their lead now. So they lead by 8, and we're almost at half-time here at the SCG. 26-46 gone. So we go back to the centre. Tapped away by the Swans. Lucy just tries to get the football away, but now Cameron goes crack down towards forward 50, over the top, but a strong mark there from Richards. Richards now has some options. Tap away. Comes to McCartan. McCartan took it. Body on the line stuff for the Swans. And Tommy McCartan has this chance from about 30 out right in front.
Yeah, it's just unravelling a bit for the Sydney University Students. Just another errant kick chopped off there by McCartan. And this will really hurt them in the shadows of half-time. They've done so well to keep it within grasp. And you can't afford to let the Students get their noses in front. They're a very hard team to chase down.
So he's played a bit of footy, Tom McCartan, in the senior level. And now at the knee full level, he has this for the goal. Oh, look at that. From the time it left the boot, it was a goal. They lead by 14, the Swannies. 27 gone. This has been a dominant performance from the Red and Whites, the Students. Their undefeated streak might be under threat.
Well, 4-1 in this second quarter. And a couple of goals late, obviously. Has really put them in a good position in the shadows of half-time. And the Students just, like I said, can't afford to let the Swans get a bit of a roll on, because they're such a professional outfit that it's very hard to come back when you sort of give them a bit of room on the scoreboard. So important times for Students to respond here in the shadows of half-time. They need to win this clearance out of the middle, but it goes to the Swans. Towers just throws it on the boot towards half forward, but it trickles over the boundary line for a throw-in. 50 metres out from their own goal.
So players really just trying to find a position on the field to get that footy. Swans now have a lead here of 14 points. So the Students need something big here. Inbound the ball goes. Tapped away by the Swans. Played out nicely by Towers, who tries to get the footy in limited real estate. Works well to keep the football, stay on the ball. Now it comes away to Robinson. Tapped away to Armity, close to goal. Socketed off the ground by Hebron. Smart footy from the Students. Just at half back. Now it comes back away. Swings it back to Styles. Tap away. Nicely placed to Wicks. Wicks takes the mark, 35 out.
Yeah, very, very well manufactured there by the Swans. Just handball hit the target. Short kick inside, forward 50. Finds a spare man. They're really starting to grow into this game. It's a big chance for Wicks.
Wicks moves in, right foot strike. Is it there? No. Goes wide.
Bit of a let-off for the Students. Swans' goal-kicking accuracy, as we know, well documented this season. It's not at its best. Currently ranked last in the competition for scoring accuracy. As Dimery kicks outside defensive 50 for the Students. Tagliabue front spot against Cameron takes the mark. Handballs quickly to Day. Kicks up towards half forward. He's got Derricks on the lead. All right, Derricks trying to find a target as Swans get numbers back. It's a very crowded forward line at the moment. He's looking to go laterally, but then decides to kick along the boundary line. Bonnie in a one-on-one contest against Rayner, who fists it out of bounds, and we will have a ball in just inside forward 50 for the Students.
15 points the margin, so we've got to be close to that half-time siren here at the SCG. What a contest we're seeing here in round 9 of the NEFL between the Students and the Swans. Pushing for spots on the field to get the ball away. Comes nicely there. And the Swans, they move it along centre wing. Down towards centre half forward, just in some open space. Cooper has it, takes one look over his shoulder. Pressure is there to Armity on Hebron. Comes back away. Cooper trying to battle through some traffic. Swings it over on the line. Goulden now under some pressure. Great toughness from the Swans. Ball goes out of bounds. Geez, they were coming, the Swans there, weren't they, Jess?
Yeah, great pressure by Stewart again. He's having another really great game. He's currently got 13 possessions, 4 tackles, including that one, 3 clearances, 3 inside 50s and a goal. It's been an impressive performance by the 19-year-old. So we're back in play again from a boundary throw-in. As Dimery emerges with it, handballs backwards to Thompson, just a high kick up towards the wing. A pack forms, and taking the mark is McCartan.
Chance for the Swans now. They'll just play some safety football at the moment. They swing it back and now through the midfield nicely. Plays it across field, through the midfield they go. Barkley's trying to take the mark and does so for the Students. Puts them in a great position. Now he looks for options. Moves it through the middle. Nicely played to Hiscox. Hiscox just holds up the footy. Clever little kick over, but tapped away from the Swans. Now they're on the run. Goes past Stewart. Comes away, hand pass was there. Beautiful hands from the Swans. Can't quite control the footy. Comes back for Fong, who goes long down towards centre half forward. But the play will stop. The siren is sound. And it's half-time here at the SCG. What a contest we've got here. The Swans, they lead it. 6-6-42 to the Students, 4-3-27. We'll take a break. This is the main break, but stay with us because we've got 2 sensational quarters still to come here at the SCG. It's round 9 action between the Swans and the Students, live from the SCG. Well, during the half-time break, it was raining, it was pouring, but certainly nobody was snoring here at the SCG. We are underway for the second half between the Swans and the Students here at the SCG. And the Students, they've got some work to do in this third term. John O'Farr and Jess Webster are in commentary here tonight at the SCG. Jess, how did you see the first half, and what does Sydney Uni need to do to get themselves back into this contest?
Oh, look, it was a classic arm wrestle. It was just a purple patch from the Swans in that latter part of that second quarter that's opened up a 14-point lead. I think halftime came at a very good time for the Students. They can reset, reload, and let's see what the second half brings. Well,
we're almost underway. Bounce of the ball seconds away here at the SCG. The second half about to get underway. The undefeated Students against the fourth place Swans. Tapped away by Stevenson over the top nicely. Bird was good there through the middle. Coming, numbers are strong here for the Students, trying to get the footy. Rose did well, nice kick from Robinson down towards the midfield. Tapped away by Cooper. Barkley under some pressure. Now Rose just taps it through the middle, down towards centre half forward. Punched away by Amati. Over the line they go. Comes away to Shumack. Shumack swings it back along the boundary line, but puts too much onto it. And it goes straight into the Bradman stand, so we'll get a boundary throw in just in that right pocket.
So Swans lead this one by 15 points. Alira is up to 15 disposals, leading the possession count for the Swans with 15, including 4 rebound 50s. He was super in that first half. Bailey Stewart, the Rising Star nominee from last week, is on 13. And for the Students, Tom Young, 16 disposals, 6 clearances and 2 goals. A massive first half from him. Damien Body up to 10 possessions and 2 clearances for the Students, as the ball is finally retrieved from the stands. And the Students can get play underway. This is Stevenson, short kick into the corridor, finds Richards. Short kick over the top, finds Hiscox in space, and his kick off the boot is smothered. This is Towers. Handball's off to Stern. He has a shot on goal and it's bounced through. The perfect start for the Swans in this second half.
Yeah, great stuff from the Sydney Swans. They didn't panic there. Stern really just took on that smother. Came across the line. Kick from about 30 out was right in front. Cool, calm and collected. And the Swans, they kicked their 7th of the evening.
A member of the Swans under-19 academy is Josh Stern. He's a Pennant Hills premiership player from last season. He's a clever forward and defender as well, as you saw there. Great finish from about 45 metres out in a bit of space. And the perfect start for Sydney Swans to now extend their lead to 21 points.
So back to the centre we go. Cameron tries to tap it away. Nicely worked from Robinson. Over down towards centre half forward. Pushed away. Barkley came through. Rose through some traffic. Battling well. Bounces at once. Swings it along. Amati pushes one away. Over the top to Rose, but it goes out of bounds. Great work there from James Rose through some real strong pressure from the Students. But it goes out of bounds, and a boundary throw-in will take place in front of the Messenger stand. And the Swans and Students will go at it one more time.
So throwing inside the Swans forward 50. Cameron and Tagliabue in the ruck. Getting first use is Bird. Handballs to Young. Tied up against the boundary line, and his kick has too much on it. Out of bounds on the full. And the Swans can send it inside forward 50, or short kick up along the boundary, finds Robinson. And now he can send it back inside forward 50 for the Swans. A pack forms. Hebron comes across with a fist. Amadi gets the handball out. Wicks can't gather it. Just handballs in the direction of Kilpatrick. Short kick around the body. But Richards there to save the day for the Students.
So he moves it from the goal square. Tapped away. Comes back to Bird. So they'll have a reset on that. Richards will just move it from the goal square now. Looking for options. Has a few up front. Goes long through the middle. Nicely worked there to Wilson. Wilson now just steps off the left, goes across field, finds Stevenson in some open pasture. Now the Students will swing it along the boundary line. Good work there from Stevenson. Kicks long, just over the top. Now they come Alira with a bit of a push and shove on Davies. And the ball goes out of bounds. So the crowd just starting to come in. Of course, the Swans and Carlton. They'll be taking the field after the conclusion of this match in the Sir Doug Nicholls round, the Indigenous round in the AFL. Ball comes in field, tapped away, Tagliabue straight over the top. Cameron did well, Young couldn't get it. Now the Students have possession of the ball. Hiscock swings it back in field, down towards centre half forward, juggling mark. Bonnie did well to get the football away. Davies couldn't get it. Swan done some pressure. Nicely tapped away by Flanagan, down towards Sirakowski, but a good mark there from Amati, and they'll move it through the midfield.
Spearing kick inboard, bounces in front of Rose, who just tries to take him on, eventually gets the handballs away to Robertson, dodges around Goulden, and then he's got a man inside space, just inside 50, taking the mark. Looks like it could be Towers. Just trying to get some face recognition. So a pretty crowded forward line for the Swans. So a shot on goal will ensure from just inside the centre square to the hot spot. Drop short, no mark taken. And we will have a ball up. About 15 metres out from goal.
So opportunity for possession here. Amati tapped away, Tagliabue, Hebron onto Bird. Nice clearance there from the Students, down towards half-back. Cameron went high for the footy. Contest on there between the Swans and Bonnie, and the ball goes out of bounds. So now the boundary throw in to take place, just the left side of our position in front of the members' stand here at the SCG. Terrific contest so far, 6 minutes gone in this third term. Swans 49, Sydney Uni 27. Comes in, Tagliabue, taps away. Great hustle there from the Swans, but strong numbers from the Students as Tommy Young goes to ground. Bit of push and shove again there from Tagliabue and Cameron. There's been some real heat between these sides. Bird's getting involved, Young too now. Some words getting exchanged between them. Sure none of which we can repeat on this broadcast. Comes away for Robinson. Rose tries to come away. Now Dimmery did well, comes back to Rose, swings the pass away to Aliir, puts the kick, thought the big man would go long and strong, comes away to Stewart, goes away, the Swans try to battle for the possession, now the Students swing it through the midfield.
Goulden's kick had too much on it, bounces through two of his teammates, and then now Reinhard, just a spearing kick, finds Towers, who marks right on the 50-metre line. So again, another skill error from the Students. Just bounced through a couple of his teammates as Towers has a man free inside 50. That's poor checking from the Students. And it's Dan Robertson with the mark. And he is someone you don't want to give any metres to.
Yeah, absolutely. And they go long and strong. And they've kicked a superb goal. And I think you'll find they've handed the ball there to
James Rose.
James Rose. So Rose has kicked that one. So a sneaky little pass has taken place while the Swans were getting set. And Rose has kicked us cracker. They kicked their 8th of the evening. And now the margin 28 points.
Yeah, again, just a bit of a lapse in concentration from the Students. Just again, who Dan Robertson, how he was free inside 50, and then just a handball to Rose. We know how dangerous he is. We know he's a goal kicker, and we know he's got the range. And he absolutely struck that beautifully.
Back to the centre we go. Good contest on for the footy. Rose comes through. Young was great there, but Rose wins the battle. Over the top, Thompson tried to smack away. Styles moves it through the middle. Rose. Smart footy here from the Swans. Good kick in field to Robinson over the top. Now Cooper tries to go the smother and does well on Schumack. Ball goes out of bounds, but the Swans were really coming there. And now the boundary throw in to take place. Just in fact, it's a free kick to the Swans. They'll move it to the hot spot. High towering mark there from Amati. Under some pressure, but takes it right in front of the sticks.
Yeah, the game's really starting to slip away now for the Students. The margin is now 28 points. We've played 8 minutes, or nearly 9 minutes in this third term, and this to push the margin beyond 5 goals, Jono.
So Amati hasn't had much luck from this spot, but let's see if he can improve. Moves in, right foot snap. They kick their 9th. They lead by 34. So we're 9 gone in the third term, and the Swans really showing some class here at the SCG.
Well, at the 18-minute mark of the second quarter, the Students led by 5 points. Since then, the Swans have kicked 5 unanswered goals to really break this match open. So if the Students are any chance of winning this one, I said it before, you can't afford to give the Swans any kind of lead because they're an extremely hard side to chase down. So all credit to the Swans. They've really turned the match and playing it on their terms at the moment.
So we go back to the middle. Nice little touch here at the SCG, seeing the Indigenous flag make up the centre square. It's pushed away. Cameron punches it through the midfield. Nicely worked by the Swans, and now Rose on the fly. Tiring kick down towards Amati, but Cooper's there for the Students. Pushes it away in the one-on-one contest, and it goes out of bounds. Rose, he got a bit of a gallop there, but probably didn't get the full Sharon on the boot.
He's called deliberate, Jono. It's a free kick to the Swans.
So that's an interesting call there. Thought they were going for the footy. Maybe the spoil was on there, but that's the call. So we'll go with it. Down towards the hot spot, towards Cameron. Tapped nicely. Students have the numbers, but under some pressure. Soccer off the ground. Picked up now. Beautifully swung by Reardon. It'll go towards the hot spot, but it's taken there by Richards, and now the Students will clear it from the goal square.
So Richards has a man short at Stevenson. Marks in front of Wicks, basically in the square, and now he sends it outside defensive 50. Derek's had the run at it, but it's Rose at ground level who can mop up. Short kick inside 50 in the McCartan direction, spoiled by Barkley. McCartan handballs backwards to Robinson. He's set upon by Derricks. Ball spills free. Stevenson with the spoil against Wicks. Ball is still there to be won. Derricks now has a go at it. Wilson's in there, tries to fend off one, but can't get the kick away. Plenty of numbers around this contest. McCartan tries to clear the ball, and he can't. He's set upon, and we will have a ball up inside the centre square, about 70 metres out from the Swans' goal.
So it's getting a little bit warm here at the SCG, both on and off the field. It was a cold afternoon, but it's starting to warm up just a fraction as Robinson comes through. Rose now on the fly. Goes long, goes strong, goes towards the goal. It'll go across the face. Sneak through. And goal umpire is just checking with her subordinates and will go for the behind. Thought for a moment it may have touched the post, but it's gone through for a behind. So the Students will clear from the goal square.
Goulden kicks to himself and then kicks outside defensive 50 in the loosing direction, but he had Darcy Cameron to contest with, and Cameron uses all of his strength and height and experience to pluck that one. He can send it back inside, forward 54. The Swans. Amati has front spot, and he's taken the grab. Had a couple to beat, worked himself to front position and stuck the hands up. And that's a great contested mark for the youngster.
It's been strong today, Amati. Now let's see what he can do with this opportunity. Looking for their 10th goal of the evening.
So,
can he put it through the big ones?
Amati, 2 goals already to his name today. Can he make it 3rd and 6th straight for the Swans? Didn't have enough on it. Minor score registered. Swans 9-9-63. Sydney Uni 4-3-27. We played 13 minutes in the third.
So the Students have possession of it. Swing it along centre wing, down towards half-back. Pushed away by the Students. Dimmery tried to work well. Some pressure there from Stewart. But it's come away for the free kick for the Swans. So they now look for opportunities. Kicks towards the hot spot. Centre half forward. Goes nicely to Cooper. Cooper takes an uncontested mark. Had some pressure. Swings it through the middle, the Students. They've got some space. Kick to some open real estate. They may have to juggle a bit. Beautiful work from Reinhardt. Reinhardt launches from 50, but swings it left and wide, and it goes through for a behind.
Had a big chance there, Reinhardt, where Maybaum slipped over and he just had it then, but defence was closing and it was a bit too far out on the run. It's hard to kick those goals on the run.
Yeah, it certainly is. He had a bit of space. Probably panicked a little bit, but did well in the end, and unfortunately couldn't get the major as it comes back for Cameron, who peeks through the group and takes a cracker. So he'll move it nicely along the boundary line, down towards our broadcast position. Comes away to Schumack. Schumack just slips. It swings away nicely, down towards centre half forward. Battle for the football. Comes across to Styles. And it goes to ground. Plenty of ball-ups here this evening at the SCG. It's been a terrific game. Swans just starting to gallop a little bit in front. So work to do for the students. Tapped from Tagliabue. Nicely worked from Stevenson. Down through towards Lucy. Couldn't find the man. Comes away. The tap is on. Goes to Maybom. Maybom to Flanagan. Flanagan takes it over the top. Rose with the spoil. Just gets the footy in his hands. Beautifully worked through the corridor. Now it's back to Rose. Smart work from the Swans. Brought it back infield. Beautifully to Towers. Towers swings it down towards forward 50. Picked up on the bounce. Thompson can't get it. Now he gets control. Swings it back across. Day comes. Back inside. Schumack kicks away. Goes across the face. Ball still in play, but Hiscock sees it goes over the boundary line. So pressure and numbers are coming for the Swans. Sydney, they're really being tested here tonight at the SCG. Maybe their undefeated streak of 7 games may come to an end here, Jess.
Absolutely. They're under a lot of pressure at the moment as the umpire tosses the ball back in play. We're deep inside the Swans 50. Bird fires out a handball to Thompson. He's got Richards in space, goes to him. Short kick finds Cooper. Right back pocket for the students. He just has a short kick over the top back to Thompson. Right up against the boundary line, kicks down towards the wing. Lucy against Maybom, and Maybom wins that one. Handballs to O'Riordan, back to Amadi. Handballs backwards to Robinson. He just evades a couple and kicks back inside forward 50. Rose against Cooper. Cooper with the timely fist. Forces a boundary throw in just outside the 50-metre arc. Left half forward for the Swans.
So now they try and just get the footy in possession here, the students. They're really being tested here by the Swans, aren't they?
Absolutely, and Rose just quietly up to 19 disposals, leading all comers for the Swans at the moment. He's really worked himself into the game as the umpire finds a free kick for holding. Advantage paid. Robinson down to the hot spot. It's Cameron in a one-on-one contest against Richards, but he gives away the free kick. And Richards can rebound for the students.
So they'll tap it through the middle. Nice little short kick to Hebron. They have options on the left of the field, and they go to half-back, just try and push it away. They're calling for holding the ball. Bird now moves across. Swings it over on the far side to Barron Hay. Barron Hay will tap it along the centre wing, now through the midfield, but a strong mark there from Newman. Goes across now to Towers. Towers taps it through. Beautiful hand pass across field. Nice little kick away, and Stewart takes an uncontested mark.
So the students they're just under a lot of pressure, and it was that kind of game for the first couple of quarters until the Swans began to find a bit of time and space. And then since then, the students haven't been able to do the same, and they're just under pressure all of the time. And the Swans are just really playing their own brand of footy at the moment. It's almost exactly what they did against the Lions last week. They're almost back to their best, Jono.
So Bailey Stewart, the rising star last week against the Lions, playing well here against the students, moves in, strikes it. Oh, that's pretty to watch from the Swans. They kick their 10th of the game. And now the margin goes to 41 points.
That's Bailey Stewart's second goal of the game. And he's up to 16 disposals and 6 tackles as well. He's a relative late developer. He comes from a soccer background and used to actually captain New South Wales in both outdoor soccer and futsal before he was snapped up by the Swans Academy when it was 13. And then since then has sort of come through the ranks, but never been one of those top underage players. Kept on the Swans under-19 Academy list this year and is starting to produce the goods. He's averaging over 15 disposals and nearly a goal a game. He's definitely one to watch for the future.
Certainly is. So we come back to the middle. Nicely pushed away, Rose. The tap on there. Comes back through the middle. Cameron under some pressure. Swings it along towards centre half forward. Students under some pressure. Amadi comes through, but here comes Day for the students. Swings it over. Beautiful mark taken over there by Hiscox. So the students some work to do here. What can they do with this? They go along the back line laterally. Goes across field and finds Barkley. Barkley's been a little bit quiet tonight for the students. Played some good minutes and had some strong impact for Sydney University in 2018. Goes towards half-back, the kick. Aliir flies high, but they come away for the students. Tapped away, numbers are strong. O'Riordan swings it, but the umpire will come in. think he might give a free kick here, will he, Jess?
No, he's just going to go chase his own footy.
Okay.
Boundary up, doing a little bit of extra running.
So it looks as though we'll have a boundary throw in just in front of the members' stand. Fatigue starting to set in a little bit. 19 gone, third quarter, between the Swans and the Students.
So umpire tosses it back into play. Tagley-Boo works himself to front spot. Ball spills over the back. Stevenson comes through. Clears it for the Students up towards the Bonnie direction at centre half forward. Can't take the mark. Well done, Flanagan, in a one-on-one contest. Ball still to be won. Robinson versus Reinhard. Or Maybaum versus Reinhard. Students win out. This is Bonnie. Swings around, kicks inside forward 50 in Davies' direction, but again, Aaliyah with the defensive mark. He's been all over Davies today. His kick outside defensive 50 has Rose in space.
So Rose at the arc at half back, comes along the line, moves it beautifully, goes away, and now the Swans, they move it nicely through Flanagan. Flanagan goes through the midfield, but the numbers are strong for the Students. Hiscox to Goulden. Goulden over on the far side, nicely played to Day. Day moves it to Bonnie. Bonnie keeps the ball alive, just out of the reach of Goulden. Comes back. The Swans now move it through Towers. Towers goes through the corridor, down towards centre half forward. Stewart, bump and grind against Barkley. Brings it back to Shumack. Shumack swings across, down towards centre half forward. They fly high, tapped away from Cameron. Magnificent hands from him. Ball back inside nicely. Swans move it beautifully. Shumack launches. Can he kick it? Oh, I think he's got it, has he? Yes! Ha ha! A ripper from Shumack. The Swans kick their 11th in style.
Geez, that was well worked, and great to see the Swans Academy kids, Kilpatrick and Shumack, all involved. Stewart was involved in a play out in the wing as well against Barkley. All sort of playing their role really well today for the Swans. And that, I think, is number 6 in a row for Sydney. It's just pushed that margin out to 47 points, Jono.
Ooh.
The hold that Sydney have over Sydney Uni. It's incredible to think that Sydney Uni came into this match undefeated on top of the ladder, coming off a 58-point win against NT Thunder.
Yeah.
Swans fourth on the ladder with 12 listed AFL players, and they come out and produce this. It's been a really fantastic performance, team performance from Sydney.
Yeah, it's been such a reversal of fortunes for the Swans. They didn't start so well the season, but haven't they lifted? As now they go through the middle, and now the Swans lifting and building and kicking another one.
It was Stewart.
Oh, that's beautiful stuff. Stewart kicks another one for the Swans. And they've got 12. Wow.
Geez, fantastic finish by Stewart. I know I just sung his praises before, but he really is a star on the rise. And about Stewart is his endurance. He's always at the top of Sydney Swans Academy time trials and endurance-based testing. He's got an incredible fitness about him, and it just enables him to get to as many contests as possible, and that's why we see just a high possession rate. But he's got great tackling pressure, skill use. We just saw another example there of a young kid really making his mark at senior level, and here he is with the clearance again. Yeah,
there you go. Normally when a commentator mentions a player, they make a mistake, but he's just lifted. So I'd keep giving him raps, Jess. And the contest goes towards centre half forward, and we'll have a ball up just outside the arc.
It's a free kick actually going Sydney's way, and it's Wicks who spears one inside forward 50. Barkley comes across with a fist, but Rose is first to meet. That just gets around Barkley, as you do. Handballs to Robinson in space, but goes through his hands for a boundary throw-in. Out of side, 40 metres out from Swans' goal.
So in the old Paddington Hill corner, they merge again. Looking for opportunities. Sydney Uni, they almost need a miracle at this stage as Tagliabue taps away. Nicely played. Dimmery just soccers it off the ground. Comes away. Stern came along nicely, but over the top was Bonnie. Ball has come loose somehow. And eventually we'll get a ball up just outside the arc. Pretty close to the boundary line over in the Daly Messenger corner. Swans and Carlton to take place at the conclusion of this one, but what a game it's been. Dimmery along the boundary line. Has he got some space? He does, but unfortunately, it's gone to Colin O'Riordan. And now he has a chance for the Swans.
O'Riordan, short kick along the boundary. Marked by Robinson, who kicks inside forward 50. McCartan just with a too much room, too much space, takes an uncontested grab, and he can have a shot on goal from 40 metres out.
Yeah, huge opportunity here for the Swans. Geez, it'll be a confidence lifter if he can kick it.
So this goal, incredibly, I think I've lost count. It could be 8 in a row, Jono. It's just been an absolute onslaught at the moment as McCartan crosses forward 50. The shot from 48 metres out, and that is straight through the middle. Another one to the Swans. They are absolutely dominating here at the SCG. 13-9-87, plays 4-4-28, 25 minutes gone in the third.
Terrific performance from the Swans here. The students, aren't they learning some lessons tonight? Had that magnificent run of 7 wins on the trot. Looks like they'll be 7-1 tonight.
It's actually 10 in a row. I've just counted now. 10 in a row since the 20-minute mark of the second quarter. And it's 7-3 to 0-1 in this third term alone. Oh, incredible.
Those stats are scary if you're a Sydney Uni supporter. Tapped away nicely by Towers. Over towards centre half forward, battling for some pressure. Barkley was good for the students, but the ball will go to ground with the Swans. They'll play it just in midfield. So we are about 25 and a half gone at 3 quarters. Almost 3-quarter time. Played away nicely. Tapped away by the Swans. The numbers are strong. Day was trying to work in there nicely. The students now with a footy. They go to ground. Showing some signs of fatigue here a little bit, the students, which is quite rare for them because their game management in 2018 has been very impressive. Tapped away nicely by Lucy, but it comes away for the Swans. I think it was Towers that went to ground with that one. And again, another ball up to take place just inside the arc, 40 from goal.
The students are still leading the clearances, 35-32. They're getting their hands on it, but they're not doing much with it as a ball up inside 50 for the Swans. Tom Young, though, emerges with the footy and just escapes congestion. Short kick to the outer side finds Bonnie in front of O'Riordan. Bonnie now switches play, and he's got Barron Hay running for him. It's a dangerous kick, though, and it's intercepted by the Swans. Wicks rows the pack and then swings around, has a man inside 50. Coming through with the fist is Hebron. Lucy now wins the footy. Handball's back to Hebron, back to Day, and he switches play to Richards, who's marked inside defensive 50. Goes to Barron Hay in front of Wicks, takes a contested grab. Right up against the boundary line. They still haven't escaped defensive 50 yet, the students. So Barron Hay called a play on, just goes long down to the wing position, but Darcy Cameron, an absolute paddock, takes an uncontested grab, and he can send it forward again for the Swans.
So looking for his options now, Cameron. Big right foot smack into centre half forward. Players jostling. Amati came away for it, tapped away nicely. Swings it over towards the Towers direction, tries to get possession of it, does well. Ball comes back away to Stewart. Swings it right and goes left of the post. So that would have been a great goal to Bailey Stewart there. He might have even gone back-to-back Rising Star Awards.
I don't think we can give that, Jono, but maybe. We never sort of had that circumstance before, but I think you can only be nominated once.
The amount of raps he's given, he's a short prize favourite.
He's doing pretty well. There's the Swans. Back inside forward 50. Darcy Cameron flies across the pack, but Xavier Richards emerges with it. This is the students now. Should get out of trouble. Hebron. Short kick. Beautiful weighted kick. Finds Fong in space. Switches play. Another dangerous kick. Doesn't hit its target. The Swans now applying the pressure through Towers. Handball to Flanagan. Handball's over the top to Wicks. Stern. Out to Robinson. Just has a ping from 49 metres. But misses for a minor score. 13-11-89, plays 4-4-28. 28 minutes played in the third.
So the students will bring it back to the goal square. Now try and clear it. They move it through the corridor. Fong has possession. Uncontested mark, has some space. Now he's under some pressure. Fong will go down towards Bonnie, who has to go high, but the Swans come through. Tap it along the line. I think it was Cameron there that pushed the ball out of bounds. Nice spoil on, had to be happening because if Bonnie had got some space, he could have moved away, and Lucy was moving quite well through the midfield. So the boundary throw-in to take place in front of the members' stand, left side of our broadcast spot. Coming and pushing, Amati comes away, taps away to Towers. Ball just plays through. Lucy swings the ball along the line, goes along to Bird. Bird into some open real estate. Hits the chest there of Reinhardt. Reinhardt did well in limited real estate. Smother is on, comes back to Bird, who controls it. Some space now here. Fong tries to work it through the midway, goes across to Rose. Rose just battles for the football. Thompson under some pressure. Great hustle from the Swans. Ball goes out of bounds. Brilliant tackling and strong defence there from the Swans. Really had the students scrambling there with limited real estate.
It's impressive, isn't it? What Sydney are dishing up. As I mentioned, 12 AFL listed players. As Amati hobbles off the boundary line, we'll keep an eye on him. Their academy kids are definitely playing their role today. As Dimmery handballs today, kick out of a pack. Wilson can't quite take the mark. And the Swans are there in numbers. And this is Styles, emerges with it for the Swans. Finds Stewart, short kick inside 50. No mark taken. Barkley for the students can mop up. Handballs to Richards. Handballs backwards to Hebron. It sends an outside defensive 50. Cameron front spot. Always going to mark that one over Sirakowski. Swans are forced to bring the ball back. No advantage paid after a mark. So Cameron can take the ball centre wing.
DC will swing off the right boot. And that'll go into forward 50, but it won't matter. It's three-quarter time here at the SCG. What a game of footy we've got on our hands here. The Swans are dominant, but you think the students, they might come back. It's three-quarter time. The Swans lead at 13-11-89 to Sydney Uni 4-4-28. Will the students put on the miracle of miracles and have a massive final term, or will the dominance continue from the Sydney Swans? We'll take a break, find out on the other side. This is round 9 action of the NEFL competition, live from the SCG. It's the students and the Swans. So fourth quarter action about to start. Welcome back to the SCG. It's Sydney by 61 points. And the fourth term is underway. The Students, they are going to need a massive miracle here in this final term as Robinson moves it away. Swings it through the midfield, down towards centre half forward. They fly high. Comes back through Rose. Rose battles through some traffic. Comes beautifully well back. Now steps off the right, steps off the left. Swings it back to Wicks. Wicks just kicks down towards goal. Goes wide of the post. They panicked a little bit, the Swans. They had numbers there, didn't they? They went left and wide of the post. The ball goes out of bounds and it'll be a boundary throw in. Left side of the post just in front of the Victor Trumper stand.
So margin 61 points to start this final quarter. It's been an incredible performance by the Swans and they're inside their forward 50 again, but the umpires pulled out a free kick. Advantage paid to the Students. Kick down towards the wing position finds Lucy on the lead. Short kick inboard finds Wilson. He goes further inboard to Young. Young now kicks inside or up towards half forward for the Students. No mark taking a leer at the back with a handball over to Reinhard, battling with Wilson. Reinhard wins out, kick along the wing, but intercepted by Young, who handballs inboard to Derricks, back to Young along the boundary line, spears it towards, I think it's Fong on the lead, but coming along to spoil is Alex Johnson, and we will have a throw in about 50 metres around from the Students' goal out of side.
So 6 goals the margin now in favour of the Swans. Can Sydney Uni pull off the absolute miracle of the season, really? Comes away, Cameron tries to get some space. Stevenson on the loose footy. Comes back for the Students, nicely worked, down towards centre half forward. Tapped away and O'Riordan has the mark uncontested. Goes laterally to Styles. Sign of the times with the kick, but it's smothered. Comes back along the boundary line. The Swans now move it. Tap it through, picked up on the half volley. Beautiful work from the Students. Nice work from Goulden away. Beautiful work through Styles. Gives it through the midfield. Swans on the prowl. Sierakowski tries to get in there with the footy. Numbers are strong there. Comes back to Wilson. Wilson throws it in some open space. Bird tries to get it. Tapped off the ground. Picked up on the half volley. Comes back towards centre half forward. Nicely marked there by Maybom. And Maybom will try and clear it for the Swans.
Had the better of Reinhard today. Good learning curve, I think, for Reinhard playing alongside and playing against Maybom as he kicks long down the wing. A pack forms and giving away the free kick is Rayner. Winning the free kick. He was infringed. So Rayner playing his first NEFL game today. Kicks up towards half forward. Pack forms, no mark with a timely fist down to Day. Handballs inboard to Young. Sierakowski back to Young. Kick laterally finds Barkley. Still inside defensive 50 for the Students. He goes over the top to Young, who marks in space in front of Johnson. Young, short kick inboard to Bartholomew's. Just a patient tempo footy from the Students. They're not going very far. It's Bartholomew's called to play on. Kick up towards the wing, but no one there. And this is Rayner, handballs to Aaliyah, just fends off Davies, goes for a bit of a run and ends up running too far.
So it'll come back. And now the Students have possession of the footy. So it'll go back to Bartholomew's. Now he looks for something, moves it infield. Goes across nicely to Goulden. Goulden swings it to Hebron. Hebron pushes it towards Hiscox but can't quite find his man. Comes away nicely, tapped off the ground there. Wicks tries to battle for the footy. Smothered away. Bartholomew's came, but Aaliyah over the top with a good tackle. Goes over on the far side. Derricks will mark just outside the arc. Smart little kick in field. Punched away. The spoiler's on, but the Swans have marked it. Cameron will have it. Now have some options on the boundary line. What will he do here? Looking for something. Has some players there. Goes long along the boundary line. Swings it high, tapped away now. Swans now move it along centre wing.
So Swans kick up towards the wing, swings around, kick inside 50. Barkley against Rose. Ball drops short to Stewart. Good enough to get the handball out to Rose. He's got Young for company. Swings around on the right, hits the post. 13-12-9. He plays 4-4-28. We played 5 minutes in the fourth.
So the clearance is now on for the Students from the goal square. They'll look for something. Bird goes short to Hebron. Under some pressure there from Towers. Goes long, down through midfield. Just towards the man in Reinhardt. Reinhardt under some pressure. Pushes one away. Bartholomew's the little bump and shove. Reinhardt clearing kick through the midfield. But it'll be picked up now nicely by O'Riordan. O'Riordan pushes it towards forward 50. And the mark is taken by Wicks on the bounce. Will he have a crack at here, Isaac Smith style?
Why wouldn't you? Your team's up by 10 goals. Why not have a ping?
Well, he can move it to 68 points with this one. It's on its way, but it is wide and short. Pushed away, still in the play. The umpire comes in and makes his call. And it'll be a free kick to the Students from the boundary line.
So Tagliabue handballs inboard to Richards. Handballs to Goulden and sends it outside defensive 50. Has a man free in Bartholomew's. He shanks the kick a little bit, but it'll fall in the path of Dimmery. He's got a man over the top, but coming through, Aaliyah. He's played a fantastic game in defence today. Handballs backwards, kick inside forward 50, finds Rayner on the lead for the Swans. He swings around quickly and he's got a man. He's going in the Angus Styles direction, but coming across and chopping it off is Craig Bird. Short kick finds Thompson. Handball over the top to Young. They've got a bit of space, the Students. Kick outside to the wing to a running Sirakowski. He's got a few metres on Aaliyah. Handball inboard to Davies. Kick inside forward 50. Swans have the numbers. O'Riordan comes across and chops off the Reinhardt lead. And we'll have a boundary thrown around about 30 metres around from the Students' goal.
So almost 7 gone in this final term. 13-12-90 plays 4-4-28. Probably the most disappointing performance for the Students here. And now the Swans looking to get 4 on the bounce. 4 straight wins. It'll put them inside that top 4. Comes away. Bird tries to get the footy. Aaliyah did well in that contest. Just off the ground. Back to Bird. Bird moves through some traffic. Has a crack. Lines it up. And he's just gone wide. So he'll kick it behind, and now the Swans will try and move it off their goal square.
So margin 62 points. 8 minutes played in the fourth. Swans are absolutely dominating this one. Students have not kicked a goal since the 18-minute mark of the second quarter. As Rose finds the ball, left half back for the Swans. Kick up to the Darcy Cameron direction. Takes another great contested mark over Cooper. Quick to play on. Handball and then short kick inboard to Stewart. Handballs to a running Rose. Long kick inside forward 50. Hebron had the sit and took the defensive mark. Quick to play on. He has Goulden in space. Handballs to Young. On the wing. Kicks to a running Xavier Richards. He's run a long way from defence. He crosses 50 metres. What will he do with it? Tries to find a man inboard in Bonnie, but coming across and taking the defensive mark was Maybaum.
So he'll kick it long along centre wing, down towards Cameron. Now has a chance here. And the 50 has gone to the Swans. So not what they needed at this time. Certainly not with the margin the way it is. And now Darcy Cameron will go even further upfield, which is never a great thing because he's got such a big boot on him. Can't kick it from there, but he's got numbers in forward 50.
Blood rule, I think. So Darcy Cameron's coming off with a blood rule, and James Rose will take the kick.
Taps away to Robinson, who marks on the arc, but it'll go back. So a bit of kicking practice for the Swans, and now Rose. Jeez, he's got a big smile on his face. Jeez, I tell you what, if he kicks this, it might even be a contender for goal of the year.
From there, it's going to be a fair effort.
We're probably talking about 70 metres, you reckon, Jess?
From the time he kicks it, I think so, but plenty of numbers in that Swans forward line. Opportunity for a pack mark if they're good enough.
So now Rose. He's certainly not behaving as though he's going for the big roost.
That's a beautiful kick. That is such smart play to spot up a free man.
So it'll be Bailey Stewart that has this one, the man of the moment. He's had a superb game here tonight for the Swans and now has another opportunity.
Another 22 disposals, 7 marks, 7 tackles, 5 inside 50s and a couple of goals. Not a bad effort from a 19-year-old academy player.
Absolutely. So can Stewart add another one to that collection? A couple of changes for the Students as Stewart moves in. Kick is on its way. Oh, geez, it's just marked on the line.
No, I think he's got it.
He's got it. Well, I thought for a moment he's marked it on the line, but it's gone one better and through for the big stick. So Stewart kicks another, and the Swans, they kick number 14 here at the SCG.
Yeah, it's goal number 11 in a row. To think that approaching time on in the second quarter, they were down by a goal. They've now just piled on 11 unanswered goals. And I think Tom Morrison will be really disappointed that not only have they had a lapse in this game, but it's a lapse that's lasted 2 and a bit quarters. They just, as soon as they let the Swans take control of the game, they haven't gotten anywhere near taking that control back. As we restart play in the middle of the ground.
So Fong tries to battle through some traffic. Maybe it's the recession loss, the one they had to have, the Students. They've been dominant for 7 weeks. They had that bye a couple of weeks ago, but have been a little bit disappointing and off character tonight. Comes back across the line for the Swans. Now Robinson moves it through the midfield, down towards centre half forward, pushed away, picked up by the Swans. Now the Students just battle for the footy. Tapped away, Wilson tried to go in there, Dimmery too. Comes away and they land on the Sir Doug Nicholls round sign on the grass. Swans and Blues will take the field after the conclusion of this game, of course an Indigenous round for them in the senior footy level. Tapped away, Sirakowski tries to get it, but the contest is on with Thompson. Not much communication there, but Sirakowski did well. Clever little tap over the top, marked there away by 42, that's Bartholomew's. Swings the ball around the body, down towards the hot spot, towards Reinhardt, can't get it. Ball's tapped over the top, Rose has possession for the Swans, under some pressure, Bonnie with a strong tackle. Umpire will come in.
It's holding the ball, free kick to Bonnie.
So Damien Bonnie, I nickname him Mr. Fourth Quarter because he can really step it up. But geez, I tell you what, with that margin, he's going to have to put on a real show here at the SCG. But he has this chance. You can see the angle there on our pictures, courtesy of our broadcast partner, Bar TV. Bonnie moves in. Can he put it through? Moves just to the right, swings it back. Damien Bonnie, take a bow. They haven't been good today, the Students, but that's a little bit of brilliance.
Yeah, fantastic kick, wasn't it? Knew exactly what it needed to do, just open up the angle, little right to left and let the ball do its thing. So great finish by Bonnie, brings the margin back to 61 points. Their first goal, Jono, since the 18-minute mark of the second quarter. A long time between drinks.
Yeah, huge drought for the Students. They've just been disappointing in key areas and panicked a little bit when they've had possession of the footy, but haven't the Swans been dominant? Great performances from Rose, and Cameron have really stepped up as that man Cameron pushes the ball away, tries to get it clear of the centre square. Umpire will come in and he'll award the free kick to the Students. So now they have this chance through Bird. Bird looking for options through the corridor, over the top. Fires it long, down towards his man in Derricks. Derricks takes a mark, contested, but flew high out of the pack. Now he settles things just outside the arc. Kicks along down towards the right pocket, tapped away by Alir. Comes away, spoil is on, goes out of bounds, and the 53 in Cooper Kilpatrick puts it out of bounds.
So 15 minutes played now. The Sting well and truly gone out of this one. 1 goal apiece so far in this last quarter. But the scoreboard says the Students lead it by 61. As the umpire tosses the ball back in. Cameron against Lucy. Easy win to Cameron there. Down to Robinson. Can't get the kick away. But Towers mops up his own work and just hacks it out of there. But out of bounds on the full. And the Students will take the free kick through Hebron. And the true centre wing position out of side.
So just a battle for the contest here. Fans getting involved and throwing the footy back into the field. So free kick on the way. Comes through centre wing, comes along the line, picked up by the Swans. Nice clearance for them down towards centre half forward. But it finds Nathan Cooper all on his Pat Malone, who goes to Hiscox. Hiscox again with an uncontested mark, swings it through the midfield. Nice jump there from Stevenson. Pushes it away, over the top. Finds Barkley in some open space. Swings it along the line, can't find Bonnie. Now it's picked up by the Students. Hand pass over the top, almost seemingly to no one. Swans under some pressure. Hiscox battling through some traffic. Swings it off the right foot, down towards centre half forward. Contest is on for the footy. Need a bounce here for the Students. Numbers are coming strong. Bartholomew's comes through. So too Fong. Fong just tries to get the footy clear, holding the ball going to ground, and a ball up to take place centre wing.
So the Swans just giving the Students absolutely no room to move. As Cameron again battles Lucy in the ruck. Rose emerges with it, kick smothered by Wilson and mops up his own work, dispossessed. Rose again still in there, hungry for that footy. Slips over though. Handballs to Cameron, just fends off Bonnie, under pressure. Handball over the top, Wicks can't grab it. Quick kick out of the air is marked by Stevenson. Not 15, says the umpire. Wheels around, kick inside, forward 50. Reinhardt against Rogers, sorry. And O'Riordan coming in there to lend a hand. Still a chance for the Students as Fong emerges with it. Handballs to Reinhardt. Then a handball over the top to Jack Hiscox in the pocket. Smart kick, great vision. Finds Lucy in a bit of space. And he marks 30 metres out from goal, slight angle.
Yeah, great work from the Students. I think they've probably left their best till last. And unfortunately, a little bit too late.
So Austin Lucy has had to play the second string ruckman role today. Darcy Cameron's well and truly beaten everyone with 51 hitouts. But here's a goal that Lucy can get to his name. Is he on the approach? Let's go from 40. And that's a goal to Sydney Uni. Their second of the quarter brings the margin down to 55 points, and we played 17 minutes in the last.
So the Students showing some real form, and I think the Swans have taken their foot off the pedal just a little bit. But I suppose you can do that when the margin's over 50 points.
Yeah, I think so. It's just that third quarter, 7 goals, 5-1 behind. It was just sensational footy. So, as I said, the sting's gone out of this game. It's well and truly won by Sydney. And this will, I think, will keep them in 4th position. And I think Sydney Uni had that 2-game buffer on top of the ladder, so they're not going anywhere for now. But I think the mental toll on this one, a lot of questions to be asked of this playing group, I think, after today.
Yeah, a couple of scars from this game, but you know they'll be better next week. So back to the centre we go. Swans looking for win number 4, and you'd think they would get it. Comes through to Bird. Tapped away. Swans under pressure. Young just gets the footy. Now he tries to work through some traffic. Tries to get the Sharon away. Ball goes over the top. Sierakowski needs a bounce. Gets it in some clearances. Handball away. Nicely played. Bird swings it down towards forward 50 in that right pocket. Battling for the contest. Geez, Reinhardt did well. 2-on-1 contest. And he came up with a Sharon.
Geez, that's a great mark from Reinhardt. He's been beaten by Maybaum, as we know, an AFL-listed defender for the Swans. And a great learning curve for Reinhardt, I think. But that'll do his confidence a world of good. A great, strong, contested mark over a quality player. And let's see if he's got the finish.
Well, can he put the icing on the cake? The mark was strong. Will the goal be brilliant? High, long, on its way. Wide.
We tried really hard, I think.
We really built it. Oh, we built the car and forgot the wheels.
The Swans now can rebound out of the last line of defence. Johnson marks in the right back pocket for the Swans. Little short kick over the top to Styles. Quick to handball to a running Robinson. Takes one bounce, running down the commentary side wing. Long kick up towards half forward. Swans have the numbers, and taking a great mark is Ryan Hebron. Short kick inboard. Finds Sierakowski. Here's long kick inside the centre square. Finds Tagliabue. Handballs to Dimmery, but he's put him under a bit of pressure. Now he's dispossessed. Goulden can mop up. Handball to Young. Handballs to Tagliabue. Now back to Goulden. Got out of trouble there, the Students. Goulden, kick inside, forward 50. Coming out and eventually giving the spoil was Reinhardt. And Johnson can mop it up on ground level. Kick outside defensive 50. Darcy Cameron on the lead.
So DC now has some chances. What will he go? Will he go along the boundary line? He moves it infield just a fraction. Goes towards Towers, who eventually gets to the footy. Comes along the line. Tagliabue trying to get it for the Students. Under some pressure, has Hiscox in front of him. Barkley just on the fringe. Goes to Day. Day now tries to get the contest. Good one-on-one. Wicks wins that battle. Now Young has the footy. Goes over to Dimmery. Dimmery just puts his body on the line a little bit there. Does well. Comes across. Bonnie now tries to get it. O'Riordan goes to ground. And again, somehow it comes clear. Looking for some real estate. Bonnie, high, long towards the hot spot. Bouncing through! Ha ha ha! You little ripper, Damien Bonnie! His best in the losing side. Ha ha! Beautiful stuff.
Oh, great kick and great call, Jono. Not a lot to get excited about the Students in this last half, but that was sensational from Damien Bonnie. Fantastic goal, wasn't it?
I reckon if Ali's fingernails were half a centimetre longer, he might have got that. But it went through. Jeez. Again, the Students create something out of nothing. And they kick their 7th of the evening.
So 3-1 in this last quarter. It'll give them something going into next week. They take on Southport at Fankhauser Reserve on the Gold Coast. Cannot wait for that game. Should be an absolute ripper, and it will be live streamed on Midfield TV as the umpire restarts. Ball in the middle of the ground. Young emerges with it. Handballs back to Tagliabue, who just hacks it inside forward 50. No mark from Maybaum at ground level. He mops up again, fires out the handball to Lear. Lear is tackled by Davies. And the umpire calls play on. The ball spills out. Bonnie again. He's run down by Johnson, and that is holding the ball. Free kick to Johnson. Here goes. Oh, the umpire will call it back, and Johnson can reload for the Swans.
So Alex Johnson, great game from him tonight. Playing limited numbers here and limited time, but he's been solid for the Swans tonight in this victory, you would think. Over the top, just tapped away. Now the Swans try and move it along centre wing. They go towards the line. Amati, tap over the top was clever. Smart footy here. The Swans trying to get the footy. Day just gets the footy away now to Richards. Richards goes across to Fong. Fong moves it over on the far side, or the near side, broadcast. Chance here now for the Students. Swung around the body beautifully by them. And they tap it towards centre half forward. An uncontested mark as Tristan Davies lines up but kicks it well wide. Limited real estate. Needs a bounce to favour the Students. Can't get it for Derricks. Comes through. Reinhardt battling well. Ball comes loose. Students need something special. Goes back to Davies. Davies gives it away to the Swans. Swans crumbling, struggling to get the footy. Maybaum trying to get the Sharon in the hands, and there'll be a ball up just in front of goal. About 25 out.
It's 23 minutes played in the final quarter, in the shadows of this game, as the umpire balls it up. Inside forward 50 for the Students, but the Swans can emerge with it. Bonnie wraps up Wicks in a tackle, and we will have a ball up. So we go again, 40 metres out from the Students' goal. Tagliabue versus Cameron. The ball just hacked out of there. And still a ball there to be won. This is Stevenson now, just gets around one, kicks it inside forward 50. Young can't mark, mops up his own work. Handballs to Bonnie, run down by Robinson. Turnover, not quite. As Bonnie again gets his hands on it. Plenty of numbers around this contest. Johnson trying to get clear. Another hacked ball out of congestion towards the boundary line. Trickles over the line, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Wing position, commentary side.
So Swans moving a little bit slowly now. You'd think they can do that with this 49-point lead. 24 minutes gone, final term here at the SCG. It'll be a win to the Swans here. Comes away to Rose, who just juggles the footy. Back to Young. Nicely moves it back across to Bird. Swings it down towards Bonnie, but Aliir does well. Pushes away a couple. Gives the ball away. Nicely contested. Now it comes back for Stevenson, who loads up just towards Reinhardt. Tapped away there by Fong. Comes away to Bonnie. Nicely played at. They go to ground. Students keep the footy alive. The numbers are strong there. And Rayner couldn't quite control it for the Swans, and there'll be a ball up on the paint of the arc.
So still a chance for the Students to get a late goal here. 3 goals to 1 in this final term and give them something from what has been a pretty disappointing day. But again, we see no winner from the clearance. Students still lead the clearances for the game, 48-35, but inside 50 is going Sydney's way, 59-46. They've just been better in attack, have the Swans, as Robinson gets a quick kick out. Not 15, says the umpire. Another kick around the body. Hebron versus McCartan. McCartan wins out. Handball's inboard to Wicks, who just kicks it inside forward 50. 1-on-1 contest. Xavier gets the timely fist, but it's only as far as Schumack. Spearing kick into the pocket. Xavier Richards has front spot, just trying to tap it to advantage. Eventually collects it. Handballs to Bird. Goes backwards to Thompson. Handballs to Day. And the Students get it out of danger zone momentarily, but it's coming back again. This is Robinson. Short kick, Rose in space, marks just outside forward 50. I reckon he's got the distance, Jono, and I reckon he's going to have a crack at this.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Jess. In fact, I wouldn't have put it any better myself.
Yeah, it's full of confidence, I think.
Yeah, just too much space for James Rose. You just can't give him that much real estate. And let's see what he does with this chance.
So, Rose, he's already got a couple to his name, including a rip-up earlier in the game. He's getting pretty close to the man on the mark. He's going to try and run around him. He just tries to swing it back, but didn't curl it back far enough. Just a minor score. So 14-13, 97 plays, 7-5, 47, 26 minutes played in the last.
Yeah, 50 points the margin. So he had the distance, but certainly not the accuracy as the Students try and clear it off their goal square. Now it comes back along the boundary line. They move it there. Tapped away there by Dimmery. Pushes away Thompson. Over the top, the spoiler's on. Comes back the way for the Swans. Towers brings the ball in nicely for the Swans. And they have kicked a minor score. So 51 points the margin. We're 27 played final term.
So Students to bring it back in. That is a mighty kick by Stevenson, or Dimmery, I think it is. Almost goes to the wing position. Xavier Richards on the run. He's got it completely open forward 50. Pops it over the top into space for Reinhardt to run onto. But he's pursued there by Maybaum. And geez, that was excellent defense by Maybaum, wasn't it? Just corralled him, put him under pressure, tackled him, and one holding the ball is his short kick to the wing. Finds Cameron. Another great game from him today. Just pops it up to the wing. 1-on-1 contest and strong mark by Towers over Wilson. So Towers has a man free in Robinson. Just wants to play patient footy. Short kick again down the boundary line to Wicks. And that's the siren for the end of this round 9 clash between Sydney Swans and Sydney University at the SCG. An impressive performance by the Swans. 14-14, 98. Defeats the Students 7-5, 47. 51 points the margin. Jono, really impressive game from the Swans. How'd you see it?
Oh, terrific performance from Sydney. They needed it. They get their 4th win in a row, and it's the Students' first loss in 2018. Probably their most disappointing performance in 2018. They won't be happy with it, but I'm sure they'll bounce back next week. But the Swans, this 4-week continuation of wins just seems to bounce along beautifully for them. Sydney Uni, they were bouncing off a 58-point win over the NT Thunder last week. They next take on the Southport Sharks. The Swans, they were coming off a 16-point victory over the Lions at the Gabba in really wet conditions. They next take on the Redland Bombers. You'll be able to see both those games on the live streams on neefle.com.au. And the next game on Neefle TV sees the Giants face the Suns. Adam Santa Rosa and Eddie Summerfield, they'll call all the action of that one from 12:55 at Spotless Stadium, the home of the GWS Giants. The last time these two sides met, the Swans and the Students, well, the Swans beat the Students by 42 points. That was back in round 13 last year. Here tonight at the SCG, same result, but just a slightly different margin. It's the Swans by 51 points. On behalf of Jess Webster, the Bar TV crew, the entire NEFL media team, my name is John O'Farr. Thanks for your company here tonight at the SCG. We hope we can have it again next week in round 10 of the competition at Spotless Stadium or at one of the venues in the NEFL competition. Until then, it's a very good night from the SCG.